when I first started going, it was like, I just expected dogs just to do it all the time.
Right.
And, and I thought I was putting forth the effort, but I realized how much I wasn't putting forth.
Right.
And then, like you was talking about the electrolytes and stuff, Pedialyte, like you said, is great. There, you can also go to Tractor Supply and you can get electrolytes in a tube for horses, cattle, stuff like that. Keep that in your bag.
Yeah.
I mean, just little stuff like that. You can just take this paste,
and it's just
it's
a little bit of hit.
It'll help them.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you get tired and hot, you want something to drink.
And you see a lot of these people now because and we're part of it. Like, I'll tell you right now, part of our goal is to get more people into hog hunting. Mm-hmm. And you get these folks that, and we get questions all the time about blah, 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 what cut vest, what gear, what blah, blah, blah. And we don't get that many questions about, hey, what do I need to do if this dog gets seriously injured?
Yep.
And I'm fortunate enough I can take them questions if anybody got some. My wife's a veterinarian.
There you go.
I was smart on that one.
Bang.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we drove 15 hours back from Texas from Saturday afternoon. We got back from Earl's. Our trip from Earl's at about 10 on Sunday morning. And the first thing we did was go to the vet. And we sewed up dogs.
Mackenzie sewed up the dog.
We sewed up dogs. And I'll give a huge shout out to Mackenzie Rankin because she stayed at home all week with Ryan's
Dr. Rankin.
child. Yeah, Dr. Rankin. Dr. Mackenzie Rankin.
There we go.
She stayed at home all week, and the last thing she wanted to do was go and sew up
on her day off, do her job.
Yeah. Go do her
that
job.
on hand. That's for sure.
Like hog hunters, like if you've been around this sport long enough, you know when you see a dog that is not being taken care of.
Yep. There ain't no doubt.
And there is no sense in keeping your mouth shut about that. Like, you don't have to be a jerk about it. You don't have to be a turd about it. You don't have to publicly do anything about it. You don't have to put anything on Facebook. Just say, hey, man, look, that dog is being malnourished, blah, 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 whatever.
What they're feeding. Start out like that. Say, hey, what kind of dog food you feed?
Right. You don't have to be a turd about it.
Well, then they'll go to the point of the money situation, but they're spending $15 a month on Netflix. And,
yeah.
If you don't have the money,
they're eating out every week.
Don't get into it. But
don't get $12.
It's an expensive sport.
Because my dog and Ryan's dog, their sister was she was malnourished and mistreated when
we gave it to a buddy that ended up selling her to somebody else.
Yes. And then
we got it back because I heard how he was treating about it, and I went and got that dog back.
Yeah,
we went and got that dog.
That's what she came back. She came back with heartworms. She came back with all this stuff, so I had to spend a couple $100 to do the heartworm treatment, which ain't cheap. That's another thing, man. I'm telling you, y'all need to get some. If y'all ain't putting yourself on heartworm medicine,
do it.
There's a thing called Simparica Trio. It does intestinal parasites, fleas and ticks, and heartworms, all in one pill. It's the best.
Say it again.
Simparica Trio. Shout out to them.
All right.
It's legit stuff. You give it once a month. It might be a little pricey. I understand that you have 15 dogs. It's going to cost you. But I've seen some dogs go out 6 years old, 7 years old, coughing like crazy. And y'all don't understand the treatment to fix heartworms. They give them these treatments, and if they overexert themselves, the dog will die. You have to put the dog into a pen, keep him in a small pen for like 6 months for that treatment to work on its heart and kill all the stuff.
See, I didn't know some of that.
It's legit stuff. So I mean, that's another thing. You need to get yourself.
Take care of your dogs. I mean, that's the bottom line. That
can't be a dog hunter without dogs.
Oh yeah, I mean,
exactly.
But that's when it gets to the point. It gives you the bad rap of the whole thing, and people look down on this whole sport and whole everything because they're not taking care of dogs. Because it's bad to say nowadays people treat dogs' lives almost equal as humans, and they look at their fur babies and stuff like that, and they're fat and overweight and stuff like that.
Right.
They think that's the norm.
That's not.
It's not the norm. People think that's the norm.
Right.
But obviously, a good athletic dog's gonna look kind of skinny, but to people's eyes. But you can tell when a dog.
I'll tell you right now, man.
Undernourished.
You look at Champ, right? You look at Champ, and okay, I keep bringing up Champ. It's the one example I know because he's my dog. He is an inside dog. He don't piss inside. He don't take a crap inside. He don't do any of that. But if you look at him, there has not been one day in his life where he has been 1 pound overweight. I mean, when you look at him, you say, there ain't no way that dog stays inside. Because it's
very easy for an inside dog to
I keep him at there's a specific diet that I feed him, and then, my mom, she'll that dog.
Shout out to Mom.
Hey, shout out to Mom. My mom, I promise you, I'm her second favorite son behind that dog. She loves that dog. Now, that joker got bit by a water moccasin, and I thought she was gonna kill me. And she understands the whole deal with he's a hunting dog, and that one day he might not come home, but she's gonna spoil him rotten. But she spoils him with zucchini, carrots, stuff like that.
Nothing wrong with that, really.
And when you look at that dog, you say they ain't. People are like, oh, there ain't no way that's an inside dog. But I'm telling you, that dog, he's an inside dog. He ain't. And it's kind of an oddity, really. I got lucky, but that joker, when you look at him, you say, there ain't no way he's an inside dog. Because you can see every single rib bone in his body.
And that's the difference between a dog that's in shape.
Yeah. His
It's
legs
not
are big.
because his legs, he's got big old muscles poking out of his chest. He's just tuned up. He's always ready. And that's because even during deer season, when we're not hunting as much, we still hunt a good bit during deer season. I'm taking him out. I'm blessed. My dad owns a 150-acre tree farm. I got a
Grayland Farm, shout out.
1998. Get you some ornamentals from Grayland Farms. I got a 1998 Jeep with no doors, and that dog rode in the passenger seat, but he knows when he's out in front of that thing, he got to get out there and hunt. I'll just take him out there and run laps, and I'll run about 10 laps around that farm, and that keeps him in shape. It ain't nothing crazy. I'll throw him back in the truck. He knows when he goes there, he's not hunting, so he's not looking for anything. He's just running. He's just running, and that's all it is.
Exercise is an important thing. Like even with these pen dogs,
absolutely.
A lot of these guys have a regiment, and you'll look at some of these dogs, and some of them, like. And there's all different kind of breeds, and all breeds carry weight differently. I've got a dog named Chaos, and that dog is a water weight dog, is what I call it. It's like he'll drink a 5-gallon bucket of water 5 times a day. Like he just wants to be saturated.
Right.
His brother is not like that. His brother is a lean, mean machine. Chaos carries a little heavier.
Right.
All right. Just because you can see the ribs, the structure of it,
right,
that doesn't mean that it's sucked in between the ribs where there's no meat.
Right.
Yeah. That, there's a difference in shape and malnourished.
That's right.
And people food bowl condition dogs. Food bowl conditioning, I mean, some of you guys know, a lot of you guys know what that is, but some don't. Like, my dog's a little thin, so we just pump the feed to him. Well, if you want that dog to be in good shape, you got to pump nutrients, feed, and you got to exercise that dog.
Right. Because just pumping feed to him ain't gonna build him. It's not gonna build a muscle.
That's right.
You have. It's just like working out. Like I can work out and eat McDonald's every day, and I'm gonna look the same.
Yeah.
But if I don't work out and eat McDonald's every day, I'm gonna get fat. Hey,
you can work out
now,
boys.
Hey, I can eat a Wendy's Baconator every day the way I am.
But it's pretty cool. Doesn't who's got like different ways to train? The car runs them on Jeep. I got fortunate enough I could run them around on a mule. Who is it? Is it Randy that runs the swimming?
Swims.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
that's neat
Randy
stuff.
swims.
I mean,
he's got like a zip line on there. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Exactly.
I've seen that. That's pretty neat.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, slat mill is not a very expensive thing to have. Slat mills are pretty easy. You can build one. You can make one. A carpet mill. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I run a wood slat mill, and you can put them on there. They're clipped up, and you can let them run. Go by time. You don't want them running wide open.
Right.
You just want them at a good steady pace. just like going jogging, you know, same thing or whatever. I don't know shit about jogging apparently. I mean, you see this damn physique here, you know. But I watch them dogs jog. You know, I watch them. I watch them. But you gotta put forth that effort, like you said, the time.
And it's just, you know, them dogs.
They deserve that because they're willing to lay it on the line for you to the end.
And you know, people talk about all blah 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 blah. Man, when you got skin in the game, it's a different story.
It's a different deal.
And them dogs are willing to put skin in the game for you every single time they drop out of the box.
Yep.
You better be willing to put a little bit back into them.
They better be willing to go to them.
Right.
Because you're not doing 1/10 of what they're doing.
No.
Not at all.
Honestly,
it's
I mean,
just
even
like
if
when
you
we
do a
rig
lot.
hunt them dogs, we run them in front of the ute. Man, we don't cut the ute off until they cut a hard 90.
Yeah.
You know, them dogs have ran 15 miles
What the
to
hell's
get
a
to that
ute?
point.
He's going Australian on
Australia
you. You've been
now.
watching too much
Come on
hunt
now.
over there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shout out the collared
UTV.
dogs and all the
Yeah.
boys
I
over
should
yonder.
ask Randy Durrell about that.
Yeah.
Shit, he would know about that.
Yeah.
Randy
But-
Randy gets
Randy knows
busted
about
up
them
by them
New Zealand
Australians, boy.
Yeah.
Randy gets busted up by them Australians.
But,
Okay, I got you. So I got to get me a ute.
Yes, sir. You got to get
It's
you a
gonna
ute.
cost more money.
Yeah.
But don't y'all think it's amazing? That I think it blows my mind when you can go out into the woods and be pitch black at night, turn your dog out.
Mm-hmm.
They can go catch a hog, or they can go a mile and come back to right where you are
Oh yeah.
in the pitch black.
In the pitch black.
Even if they've never been
If somebody gave,
backtracking,
that's what I'm saying. If somebody
Love
took
it.
my phone away from me or my garment and said, "All right, walk a mile and come back right to me,"
shit, I can't find.
if it ain't poaching moonlight weather type deal, I ain't
What
gonna.
is that?
I don't know. I heard about it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
That's that
But-
Australian stuff again. There you go.
But if I ain't got that, I don't.
That's that
I don't
raw
like
Georgia
that.
stuff right
It's
there,
it's
boy.
amazing. Hey, speaking about that Cherokee you got, you need to tell them the story when you stopped at a stop sign. He jumped out.
Okay, yeah, that's a good story. All right, so, you know, until my dog was 2 years old, and I tell people all the time, he don't ride in the dog box very well.
Because you didn't have a dog. We had a
Because
man.
I didn't.
I already know this. I don't even know y'all, but I already know this. You ain't got no dog box.
I didn't own a dog box.
See, told you.
I did not own a dog box.
Cherokee,
Did
baby.
you ever have a pig van?
No, I had a Jeep Grand
You had
Cherokee.
a pink. You was hunting out a pink van.
I had a Jeep
Boy, you
Grand.
talk about.
Gas prices went through the roof in like 2008. Way back yonder.
Oh,
Way back
man.
when.
That's back in them
Had a little
Obama
Dodge
days, boy.
little Dodge
That's the Obama
Caravan,
days.
took the seats out of it.
That
put me
sounds like some Adam
put some clips in the
Blaylock.
floorboards.
That's awesome.
And I went to the only place in the world you can catch the biggest hogs that are 750 plus pounds, 12-inch cutters, 300-inch whitetails, 60-pound coons, bankhead. That's where I was going, boys.
It was good.
And I rolled
10
in.
minutes out, and one of them dogs turned looking shit right in the van.
If you've
Oh,
never
man.
experienced anything like
it was it was carpet.
a 100-pound dog just taking a shit right in the van with you, makes you question going hog hunting in a van,
I think
guys.
they smelled better after.
I gave the van away to another guy that hog hunted.
Dude, imagine we had a van and we could have a slide door van
Oh,
and we could go
that's
to some of the
yeah,
we could go some of the neighborhoods south of where
Slide
you
that
live
baby open.
Boy, if we
On
had
that-
a slide door that
on that big lake down there.
I would not
and
be-
we could go to that neighborhood.
that big.
Yeah,
the
and we could just open the
Slide
slide
the door.
and just jump them and then slide back and go to them.
Hey,
Oh,
I promise you this. I would not be on this podcast.
Oh,
right
Jeff, he said, where am I going to sit? On the beer cooler. What is wrong with you?
There you
Don't
go.
you know any damn
Yeah,
thing?
hand me one while I'm driving. Throw me one up here.
now. So I had this.
Okay, let's go back to the Jeep. Y'all are sidetracking.
Man, I
these
had
guys.
I had this '98 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and you know, the thing was two-wheel drive, but it
With
had
35.
It had 33s on that
You
thing.
from
and
Alabama?
Whoa, 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 whoa. And I tell people all the time, they'd be like, "Man, is that thing four-wheel drive?" I said, "It is if you're going fast enough." Yeah, I ain't playing. That thing would float if you was hitting that 35 or 40.
There you go.
But anyway,
He knows about that 40. That's what he's like. You got to go 40. He already
because
knows.
I'll ride out in that thing. But we was coming up to hunt with Ryan one day, and Ryan is one of the most punctual people I know. He shows
you
up.
10 minutes early, I might leave you. I've left people.
Ryan shows up early. Me,
You're gonna get there.
I don't show up early, but I'll get there, and I'll let you know if I'm not going to get there on time. But anyhow, there is about 10 minutes from my house, there's a place that's got,
It's like a pig sanctuary.
I mean, it's
Let's be honest.
There's a pig sanctuary.
they got
That's
some,
where we're wanting to go.
Not like a
No.
pigs, like a
these are like
Charlotte's Web.
400-pound Wilburs running around out there.
Oh Lord!
And we pulled over at the stop sign,
It's a 4-way.
and this joker's, he's probably a year old at this point, and my Jeep did not have any AC in it, so of course I had the windows down. He's winning the whole time. Well, a strong gust come out of the direction of these hogs,
Oh shit!
and he decides to jump out the window, jump over the fence, and proceeds to start baying these show hogs. And I'm sitting here wondering what the heck I'm supposed to do. So, of
Let him
course,
go.
my Jeep, I ain't got no muffler on it. I knocked that thing off, and it's louder than piss. So I'm just like, "Wah!" I pulled over. I didn't even cut it off. I just put it in park. I jump over the fence, and he's sitting there just yoking. Yo, 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 yo. And I just grabbed him. I swooped him up under the vest, or not the vest, but the stomach, right above his rib cage. I just swooped him up under it, and I grabbed the hock of his neck because
That's the nap.
Yeah, the nape of the neck. There you go. Because I'm bad about keeping a collar on him.
Yeah.
So I swooped him up, grabbed him by the nape of the neck, and I run. And about that time, I heard somebody say, "Hey!" And I jumped over that fence.
What'd they say?
They said, "Hey!" And I said, "Come on!" And I hit that fence, boy, and I hit that thing in one stride, threw him up in the truck, and I jumped in the window behind him, threw that thing in drive, and just
You know who
cut
that
out of
was
it.
hollering, don't you?
Oh man,
Pat Louie. He was on the other side of that
He said,
fence.
"Huh? What you mean, cuz? You mean you come out here and pay my house? That's not a hog dog. That ain't got enough hound in it now." That boy Uncle Pat now. I love Uncle Pat. Uncle Pat said, "How much hound you got in that dog?"
Yeah, you got to put some hound in that.
I
baby.
said, "Uncle Pat, I
Only
got
thing
about..."
wrong with that cur dog, and he don't hound him.
He said, "Ain't no hound in that dog. He wouldn't have caught." But yeah,
Oh
sir.
my God, we love you, Pat.
But we come out of there in two wheels because that's all I had, and we went up there and caught a hog with Ryan that night. But yes, sir. Now,
Well, you baited a bunch of hogs before you just warmed him up. That's all it was.
here's the thing. From then on, I have rolled up the window when I go by there. But now I got me a nice little F-150.
Let's be real.
F-150.
Church it up there.
Yeah,
They're
so-
okay.
I got me a nice little F-150 I bought. And then during the summer I don't even run a dog box because it's too hot around here.
Yeah.
So today I was thinking about the same thing, and I can throw him up there, and he ain't gonna jump out of the back of the truck bed and whatnot while I'm driving. But by the time we got to Ryan's, I had him hooked up, I had him clipped to a lead, and that joker decides that he wants to, because he knows what happens. We fixing to go find a hog, and that joker jumps out, and Ryan said, "He's hanging him. He's hanging himself." I mean, that joker's
y'all
just
hog hunters,
stroking
none of y'all
out.
ever had a dog jump off.
But he
I
don't.
know y'all never had a dog jump off that was still clipped off.
Man, he don't do it while we're driving. But Lord have mercy, when I put that thing in
He'd have
park,
less hair if he did.
That'd be like Clark Griswold. He's
Look-
how far are you going? He's like 8 miles back.
Luckily, my tailgate, I've already backed into a couple things with it, so it didn't really matter that he scratched the piss out of it, because he did.
How'd you get your first?
Why don't you tell us the story, Ryan? He's
Nah.
leading all this off. You see that?
Yeah, Ryan was
That guy.
post me up for
said-
I
sure.
got many good. He got the good story because he does cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
Well, I know
So
one
what happened- well-
thing. His feet stay warm is the way he's always talking.
Hey, no.
He's always talking about how warm his feet is on there, about them damn dogs keeping his feet
I
warm.
tell you right now,
And then he tells us this dog's going way over here, and I'm confused now. So
hey, if you want a dog,
I got a pair. I mean, mine are like custom matched.
I'm telling you
They're
right
brother and
now,
sisters.
I'm telling
They
you
just
right
stay
now,
right on them.
there ain't a hand warmer better than my dog when there ain't no hot hog sign.
Hog sign. He changed. He sees on hot hog sign.
I'm telling you right now.
No, yeah.
But hey, when there's hot hog sign and
Hey,
you
Ron.
get him in that turbo mode, he's like the
Hey, Ron.
Energizer Bunny. You know that thing?
You'll see.
right.
You'll see
And
him
it-
out here tomorrow. He'll be sitting there going. I mean, some dogs are just more nonchalant. They chill. My dog's he'll get more keen and raise up and be about it.
They're all cool.
His dog's gonna go. Hey,
Yeah, you
it's
take him out of the
ridiculous.
box, he knows what's
It's
up.
ridiculous.
He knows what's
He's gonna
up.
be ready.
He's a psycho. And the thing is you'll come into my house and he'll get up and you know he's excited to see you, but he's gonna go lay down in his bed. He's just gonna. But when
Just do his thing.
when he knows what's up,
If you jingle that Garmin collar or say hunt, he goes nuts.
I used to
It's pretty cool to have a dog like that.
Man, I
That's-
used to-
that's-
I
He
used to-
is so ready
I
to go.
used
I've
to
never
make
seen a
my
dog like
mom so mad because I go, and that dog, he'd go nuts. He'd start baying
The
in
first
the house.
time he ever came into my house, he bayed the hell. I got a decent bull hog cop in Florida on my wall. He wouldn't shut up. I said, Carter, get that dog. Put that dog outside.
Dang.
He was just letting it rip.
Oh, he was
Letting
sitting
it
there
rip.
baying. This hog's mounted on the wall. And he said, "Row, row."
Spitting everywhere in my house.
Well, hell, you can't
Right.
complain about that.
Hey.
I mean,
Ryan give him to me, so
Yeah, he's
Really?
out there. Yeah,
How's that
I'm a nice friend.
say, how's that feel?
Ryan give me the best hog dog.
I mean, I knew I was gonna hunt with him.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's,
I mean, I got his brother. His brother's just as good. He's not as
He's not
crazy
as crazy
as him.
He ain't as
But
crazy.
he's got a lot of drive. That's what we
His
like
dog,
to call
yeah.
it, drive, instead of just crazy as hell.
I'll tell you right now, my
There's
dog
something wrong with that dog. I was
nuts.
telling you, there's something wrong with that dog. I'm not even trying to be funny.
There's something wrong with that dog, dude. We took him, so we come back to Earl's, cause like we left and we was like, well, whatever, our dogs suck, whatever. We left. We went and hunted.
I heard that. He's like, yeah, we just left. We just like
We
we went
just-
hunting. We had a great time for a couple of days when y'all set up in the stands,
I told
drinking beer,
I
talking
told
about
Jake.
hunting.
I told Jake. I said our dogs ain't worth a piss. I said you can have the rest of our runs.
You get me a beer out of the cooler,
And
please, sir.
I said, Jake, you can have the rest of our runs. I said, we'll see y'all later.
Where was he at when they texted us?
I don't remember, but Matt Latham of hogbaying.com messaged me on Facebook. He said, hey, Champ took third. And
Tied for
was-
second. Tied for second.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
yeah, he
for second.
tied for second. He said,
You have to flip.
yeah,
flipped while we
we
wasn't
we
there.
lost a flip, whatever.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I'd put him back in the bay off after he got his bunghole keistered, but
He did get resurrected. He did.
That's
That's where he got. That's where he got cut.
Something wrong there.
yeah, he got rung up.
Alabama Saturday night. That's
Something's bad off.
It's an Alabama special, but
roll tide, baby. Roll tide.
so we bring him back. He's
Come here,
hunted. That dog's hunted probably 40 miles in about 2 days. Like I mean we hunted Friday night. We hunted Saturday morning. We run the piss out of him. And Matt texted me or messaged me and he said, hey, you know he got third or whatever. And so we was like, well, we'll go back and get the trophy. And so I got him out of the box because, you know, I wanted to get a picture with him and whatnot. So I got him out of the box and, you know, he's super chill. He's laid back. He's all fine. We walked down there and they were in a break and we started taking pictures and the first group come up and they started baying a hog, and then all of a sudden he was no longer fine and nonchalant. He was trying to yank the chain out of my hand. I mean,
Mom wasn't there. That's
yeah,
what it was.
that's exactly right.
That's what it was.
Now when I have to staple that dog up, I always get.
If
Mom.
I'm there trying to do, because I've tried to staple with him, growl, try to bite me.
Oh, he'll
you
try and rip your
I'm
head
not
off.
joking. When we took him to the vet, we put him on
He'll
so
try
much
and rip your head
anesthesia.
off.
We tried to put him on so much anesthesia. We did the surgery, got it off, or did the surgery. McKinney did the sewing up. He was trying to like get up out of the anesthesia. His head was on the ground.
I kid you not.
Look at you. He was
ready to go.
I kid you
yeah.
not. He couldn't walk on his front feet, so he would just post on his head.
We got a video.
And he was just walking around with no front feet and just dragging his head around. But
I've
no,
done that.
when I bring my mom out there, I believe me,
Gonna do that in
cuz.
just a little while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But no, I'll get my mom out there and I'll
She's out
say,
there.
"Hey, mom, hold him."
We gonna do nothing.
He don't even he don't even show a tooth. And I've stapled him up, sewed him up, whatever. He don't even show a tooth. But now when he got keistered, he got hit right behind the butt, like right beside the butt.
It's right as butthole, right here.
He had 2 buttholes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right
it's right at
beside
the base of his tail and his butt.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
And it went up there about 4 inches. We caught about close to a 300-pound bar hog. That's what it got.
he was knocked out, and then Mackenzie decided to stick her finger all the way up
Just to see
in
how-
that thing to
Shout
see
out
how
to
deep it
Mackenzie.
went.
Shout out
And
to Mackenzie.
Shout out
Hey, now.
Dr. Mackenzie
Yeah,
Rankin.
Dr. Mackenzie,
That
you
doesn't
are
happen
so
at the
lucky.
house now.
Wow.
And that's why, look, you already know where I was.
I know
tried it on Ryan before.
Hey,
She tried it on Ryan before.
Damn, you got me, man. I literally was fixing to say, we already know that she knows.
She's been there a time or two because
It's
she's
okay.
seen a thing or two.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
No, that Joker,
Oh my
that
God.
Joker woke up and about bit the piss out of me.
Oh my
Like
Lord.
he was not happy about that, so we dumped some more anesthesia.
Not many
on-
guys would be
No, sir.
at all. So
Nah, we back good and running though. He'll be
Yeah.
here tomorrow. He'll be at a solid 9-7.
there you go. Ain't
That's
no doubt.
about all he
I'm
is.
looking for a 9
Or catch out.
even maybe.
yeah,
you know, whatever.
it's a 9-7 or catch out.
So, there you go.
He's gonna look back about 3 times for that catch dog. He's
Yeah.
gonna say, "Where's he at?"
That's the biggest thing here. Like a real woods dog, a lot of times after about a minute,
Yeah.
they're looking like, where's the bulldog? You know.
That's what blows my mind when we went out to Earl's. I mean, we've seen some bay offs here, but like, they're like 6-minute bay offs. Even longer than that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. How does.
Man, when you
That
when
just
you,
that just shows to show how good the dogs are.
when
The
you
focus
got a
is that they
dog-
got to do it that long to create a difference.
when you got a
the
dog
win.
that can
But I mean, like when you stand there, like I said, and I'm the same way. I've seen dogs bay for hours in the woods.
Oh, yeah,
literally
yeah.
hours. But it's not the same.
I can't even read a book for 10 minutes, 5 minutes
it's
without
not, it is
dozing
not the
off.
same bay as that dog standing here. Like I said, full concentration. And there are woods dogs that,
Oh, yeah.
that can do it. There's no doubt.
Right.
There's no doubt. But until you bring them here and show us, then we just got to
right.
say, hey, it's
I'll
not me.
I'll tell you right now, man. I've seen my dog, and my dog, like I said, second most hated dog on TikTok behind Goose. Shout out Randy Durrell. But like the reason he's probably the second most hated dog on TikTok is because I go up there after he's been baying for 30 minutes and video him
Yeah, the last
for
few
another
seconds,
5
yeah.
minutes. Like, I'm like, oh, well, we're going to get some good footage out of this. And that Joker, like, you know, he's gassed at this point. He'll sit there and drink some water. The hog sits there and drinks some water. It's a completely different story. It's a completely different world. When you have a dog that can focus solely on a hog for 6 minutes, that's
Never
something
take his eyes
special.
off.
That's something special. Regardless of whether or not you have a dog that
Dog
can go
or
out in the
two
woods.
dogs. When they do the two dogs, that blows my. I mean, that's
you-
crazy.
Yeah,
and that's another thing is they cannot, like they have to bark a certain amount.
right.
Like they can't take a break and just
Right.
stand there.
And look at the
Catch
hog.
their breath.
Yeah.
They can't. They have to work constantly.
Right.
And so it's just a big it's a big difference. You know?
It's really, I mean, it's really incredible to watch when you're a woods guy
when
and
you
you say,
understand the full aspect
Right.
of it, it is.
Because it takes a lot of work to sit a hog in the same spot.
Yep.
And people don't realize that work that it takes to have a truly good bay dog that can sit a hog in the same spot and keep it at bay, which is what the point of it is. And all the bay pen does is it takes the one measurable in hog hunting, the focus,
Focus is there. Yep.
and it judges it. And people are like, oh, well, that dog can't find a hog in the woods. That dog can't find a hog in the woods because he's too busy making the owner $25,000 a year. You know,
Or more.
like, dude, I'll tell you right now, if I had a dog that made me $200 a year, he wouldn't go to the woods.
Yeah. And like I said, from somebody like myself who never won anything or none of that, the first time they hand you that envelope and it won't even close, you're like, oh.
This is real.
Yeah.
Or then when you're standing right there getting your picture took and you're holding a wad of cash and you're like, oh, and then they come up and give you another one and then one or two more. And you're like, oh, yeah, this dog's not going back out there getting cut down.
No.
Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, you give a lot of woods dogs, people will give them to you. Your buddies, they'll say, hey, take this dog and try him out.
Man.
Or you'll buy one for a couple
cussed out
$100.
for that.
You get a dog that's a couple $100 and he made you a few $1,000s in 4 to 6 minutes while you were drinking beer having fun. And then he does it every single time you go.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't putting him in the woods.
No.
And I mean, and I've done it. Like I said, I've done it. I've had dogs that were really good and done it, and put them in the woods, and then the inevitable happens, and then it's like, damn, I got to start over.
The thing is, it's like they say all the time. I mean, a bay dog is a bay dog.
Yep. 5 pounds or 500 pounds,
Yeah.
he gonna bay.
Yeah. And you know, we have bay dogs, and like I made this goofy video after Earl's, after we called out. We were sitting at this Western store, and Josh was in there like trying to tell these like Texas boys how to properly fold his
Tennessee hat.
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You know, and this dude's from East Tennessee, but that joker's a cowboy now.
Yeah,
I tell you, he's from East Tennessee, but
There
he
you
is
go.
the East Tennessee cowboy. And so I made this goofy TikTok, and it got like 5,000 likes, 50,000 views
I
or whatever.
have like 5 likes. Y'all
It blew up for no reason. Some dude said, well, that's what.
I'm saying.
He said, well, that's why I'd never put woods dogs in a bay pen. I said, well, dude, he took second in woods dog division and then bayed a stud for
Yeah, he's
15 minutes.
Still done his job.
Right.
At the biggest bay in the world.
Right. And he called out
it's big.
in that, and then went that night
It's
in the
another level.
woods and cut out the biggest boar in the group and took him by himself, bayed him for 5 minutes until his brother got there, and then they bayed him for 40 minutes.
Yep.
And he said, well, I'll tell you right now, my dogs would catch out. I said, well, they ain't bay dogs.
That's exactly
And
right.
he said, well, yeah, they are. I said, no, them are running catch dogs. If you know without a shadow of a doubt,
They're gonna catch
if you
immediately.
cut
They're gonna
2
catch out.
dogs
Yeah,
in there,
they're going to catch.
that they're going to catch out, they ain't bay dogs.
That's exactly right.
They're not bay
And
dogs.
if they don't bark at least one time, you think they're just gonna run there and catch them? That's a
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a
I
running
mean,
catch
any
dog.
dog
running
that
catch
goes in there and now gaining control of the hog is one thing.
Right.
You know, you can dip, you can grab, you can overpressure that hog, and you get deducted for that.
Right.
A true bay dog, 100% true bay dog is going to go in there and bay whatever hog comes out.
Right.
He's going to make it work, and he's going to look good doing it. And that's how that works.
That's
it's
exactly
not about, oh, well, he's going to grab him and set him down and catch him right there. That's not what we're doing. It's something totally different. That's what woods hunting is.
That's exactly
That's
right.
a bay dog in the woods is totally different than the bay dog in the pen.
And I think that was awesome that they did do a woods dog classification out there.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh
I mean,
yeah!
they do
Shout
a-
out to Uncle Pat for setting
Yeah,
up the
well, that was a
sportsman class.
Sportsman class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do a
Sportsman
woods
class.
option. They
Yeah.
do a woods option at
Option
most
line.
of them.
Yeah, do they? I didn't know.
Yeah, well, the reason they do that is because you got a lot of guys like us that come out and we got our dogs. We can all put a pot together.
Yeah.
And if our dog, even though we don't beat these pro dogs, say we're number 50 down on the list, but we're the best woods dog there, we still win.
I just
We get
needed to
something
kick
back.
my dog a couple times so he'd bed 9-9 instead
So
of
that's
a
what
9.
I was going to
Y'all
ask.
better hang that up. This woods dog here is getting a 10, baby.
Because I was going to ask, and I didn't know they did that woods dog option in most places. Because I was going to say, they would probably get more people, woods people, if they broke it up as, all right, we're going to be, this section is going to be strictly woods
First
dogs.
one I went to, that's the way they
That's
did
it. We're not going to mix you in with everybody else. I get mixing in because it looks good. I mean, you can go right behind Goose, or you can go behind some Joy
Oh,
Smalls
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You can
Josh-
do some stuff like that.
what
It's
did-
cool seeing that, but I think they would get a bigger thing because
If
people
it
don't want to
was-
stand there and wait. They're
Yep.
woods dog. They want to come in. They know they're not going to win, or they know. I mean, they don't.
have
know.
a smaller
have
chance to
this
win, yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, we're just going to come in here. I'm going to come for this time period."
And then if you want to
and
put them
they'll
in the
do it.
best of the best,
Yeah,
if they pay a perfect,
That's
and
what I
you wanna
think.
put 'em in
That's
the
what I
best
think
of
they
the
should
best.
do. I think they would get a lot more.
The very
people
first one
involved
I ever went
if
to,
they did that.
years and years ago, that's what they had. They had a woods dog class, and they ran all woods dogs. And then it was, amateur, novice, pro, and all
Yep.
that. But it was just strictly woods dogs. There was no other dogs allowed to run. They ran all those dogs. And then when they were done, they gave out trophies and the places and all that. Like I said, it was a whole separate class that ran by itself. Right now, they're running them together. Even though you're still judged individually for that class, you're still running intermingled with the other guy, and it's time consumption also.
I'm gonna
Because-
write a letter to Jake about that.
We're going
Hey, Jake.
file a complaint.
No, but seriously, I honestly believe a lot more people would show up because there's a bunch of people drove in to do that, and they waited and they draw a number and they're 492, and you're like,
Yeah,
dang, just to run my woods dog that I know it's probably not going to
ran-
win. You know what I'm saying?
one dog and I was 360 or 329
That's what I'm saying. That's
out of 360 runs.
And they
I ran
know.
at one time. But I mean,
we-
I know the game. I know it.
Yeah.
I've been here long enough, but I had other stuff to fill in
And
between.
people just don't know that. Like I
I
was
said, they don't know.
talking to a lot of boys from talking about this weekend, and they're like, man, blah blah blah. And I said, man, there's gonna be at least 35 solo plot runs on Saturday morning, and then there's gonna be at least 70
One dog. At least.
two-dog
Oh,
plot
two-dog.
runs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I forgot they do that. But
And then there's gonna be at least 100 singled. And they were like, "Well, what time do you think?" I said, "They're gonna run until they get done."
This one don't stop.
yeah, the
This
first
one
time we
don't
left
stop. If you
Like
you
all
don't,
right.
that's
like,
going to
stand
help
up-
it there, right there. Only letting the dogs go in the morning twice. And
Yeah.
That is gonna help it. Shout out to Marc on that thought. Like I truly think that
Taking care of his
that-
stock, man.
right.
And I
Because
get,
when
I
you
get
don't
it, the more
have
runs, more money to win, but
Right.
that takes care of your stock. That takes care of the people waiting over here, waiting to go. That
Oh,
takes,
yeah.
I mean, it just
You're right.
makes it more. It makes
Marc
it fun.
Marc is losing money by setting that limitation.
But he's helping everybody.
But he is
too.
helping everybody else
He's helping
beside
the
himself.
pin help. He's
Right,
helping.
he's helping the pin
everybody
help.
behind
He's,
here, on the
he's helping
mic, he's
everybody
helping
else.
The dogs. He's helping
Right.
everybody.
And Jake kind of did that same thing with the two-dog Calcutta. He made it he made it silent, or it might not have been.
Yeah, it was in the bay off.
Right, it was in the
It was
bay
in the
off of
bay
the
off.
two-dog.
So that'll cut down time.
It
So
takes a lot of time.
right,
to do
it
all
takes
that.
a lot of time for the Calcutta and everything because they have to go through the entire list, and
When you got 300 runs
Right.
plus, it's a lot of time.
it's a ton of time. I mean, what it take for the
Couple
one
of
dog?
hours.
Yeah, I mean, even
Couple of hours
the
just standing there
one
all
dog
too
was, and the thing people don't realize is these guys like Jake and Marc and everybody that runs a bay pen,
Slave travel.
Slade Trammell out there, El Perro
Perro
Loco, as Uncle Pat calls it.
Yep.
All right, they're always trying to look for ways to level up. They're trying to make it better.
They're going to improve every time.
It's going to get so big. They're almost. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're almost got to run 2 pins.
I've never seen so many dogs and so many runs in my
But
life. I had a ball.
They-
There was
I mean,
no
that-
slack time.
That's the beauty of it. And we didn't have a clue how Earls was gonna go. We I mean,
You hear
legitimately,
stories.
we
Yeah,
thought
that was my first year going this year.
we thought we was gonna go down there, and like there were gonna be a couple people that were like, oh yeah, well the Boars and Broads boys are here. Like those guys are cool, but literally everybody we saw was awesome. I mean, them guys, like,
They'll be sat on a higher pedestal than you. They was all level up with you. They was cool.
yeah, nobody.
Boys are cool.
What's so funny?
Nothing. Nothing. It's nothing.
No, I mean,
you were like there was gonna be.
no, I didn't think there was gonna be like red carpet.
Like, I mean,
rolled out.
that's the way they treat you. Like literally, they roll out the red carpet. It's like, ta-da! Here these guys are, and that's the way
they
they do.
treat
That's
you
the
the
way they
same.
make you feel.
And,
They do.
and we roll up in there with our crummy woods dogs, and we don't have a clue what's going on. And Jake like acts like we're like super sharks. And,
Y'all
and
are?
Carter is though, for real.
No.
Carter is
Yeah.
a superstar.
I was trying to get an autograph.
Look at that. Look at that mullet he got going. He trying to show that fade off. Look at that. Woo, boy.
That's what I'm talking about. Everybody was like, "Hey, the Boars and Broads guys are here." Boars and Broads. I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then they were like, "I think those other guys that do the podcast are going to be here too." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe they'll be like 800 people."
Hey, the funny
We're
thing,
talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, those." I don't, man. They'll probably be here
the
sooner or
funny
later.
thing, the funny thing about it was like after I didn't feel good. I think we ate a bad biscuit before we come there.
Carter's ate a few bad biscuits before.
I've
That's that
eaten
Mississippi
a
biscuit.
couple
watch out.
bad biscuits. No, that wasn't no Mississippi biscuit. That was a Georgia biscuit. And I got, I don't know, but I just did not feel good
What was
for.
her name?
Well, I was waiting for somebody to say that. I was waiting for it.
We called her Biscuit, babe.
Sharkies.
Uncle Pat, that's for you, babe.
That's for you, Uncle Pat. But now I ate something bad. I don't know what was wrong with me, so I went up there and drank about a quart of Pepto Bismol. Ryan comes up there and said, "Hey man, Dixie Doggers wants you to be on the podcast." I said, "What do you mean they want me to be on the podcast?"
We really wanted Brian, and he was like, "I can't do it."
That's the
like,
thing.
okay, what's
Ryan,
that other guy's name?
Ryan, that's what I'm saying. Ryan acts like, "Oh, you're famous." Blah, blah.
I thought you
No,
were the
no.
dancing trucker guy.
no,
that didn't
it's
know
'cause-
in Kmart, you know.
No, it's 'cause
I make the videos,
why?
but it's because he don't. I said, like he'll
This
text.
is going to help my views.
He'll text me about something. He'll say,
We're gonna put it on YouTube as well.
he'll say something like, well, you need to make a video with this and send me a template. I said, dude, you got the same phone and the
The
same
guy behind the cameras, same
and the
way. Like you just do
same
this.
thing that
What the hell
that
I'm
I
doing?
have, but he don't ever make them. So guess who ends up being the famous one? Yeah, boy.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Playboy.
Well, I caught a lot of slack coming out because everywhere we went,
Guess
they'd be
who
like,
manages
They'd be like,
the
they'd be like,
funds?
"Oh, you get the people walk over to me because they'd be screwing up."
Oh,
How much you
I bust
Anywhere
Ryan,
we go.
boy. I'd be like, this is Ryan Rankin, former UGA Special Teams All-Star. And I'm like, I make sure they
Let
know.
me get it right. 4-year Letterman.
Hey,
There you go.
stud.
Hey, yeah.
Stud. Led the SEC in headbutts 3 out of 4 years.
All-time captain. Check it out.
Hey, he
Look
was
at
a
the stats,
stud.
baby.
That's
We had
right.
a
He
good
was
time.
a stud. But
Had a good
no,
time.
I used to bust with Ryan about that when we was trying to get hunting spots. About, whoa, you need to meet my friend Ryan Rankin. He played football for UGA. You know, like
If you say that shit in Alabama, dude, they're like, "Did he play for Nick Saban?" It was like, "Oh yeah," and they're like, "Hey, you guys can have my house."
Well, that's what we got. That's what I got. A lot of places, even not even just hog hunting, because we didn't really hog hunt a lot when I was in college until I got out. But like deer hunting and stuff like that, just having that, just going to Georgia playing football there. Oh my god.
oh yeah. And
I mean, you can hunt wherever you
so
want.
I busted him up about that, and then every single time, man, we met these. All right, so when we had our weigh-in for our tournament, the Tulsa Standard Memorial Tournament for Josh's daughter, there was 2 little kids, and their grandpa come up there and introduced me to them. They said, "Man, they watch all your YouTube videos."
They just came to watch the weigh, and that was awesome.
All they did was come to watch the weigh, and it was great. They said, "Man, they watch all your videos." So I went to Ryan's truck. I went and grabbed my hat out of the truck, and I just wrote from B&B to blah blah blah, and you know, Ron's like, "Oh, you famous now? You famous? Oh, you big time? You signing hats now?" And I'm like,
I saw him
"Dude,"
sign a girl's chest the other day. When we was at, I was like, oh my gosh, this is some Ricky Bobby stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
I hear you.
Sign that thing in WD-40, cuz. But no, I just wrote it from B&B.
He finna say WD-40. What did he say? Oh, slick.
Make sure that thing will wash off.
I think she got tattooed.
No, but the funny thing about that was
that biscuit?
Is the,
Oh, biscuit.
Guys, this podcast is going nowhere quick.
is the kid had a little brother. He had an older brother.
Where's my damn hat?
Yeah, and I'm taking pictures with him, and I'm like, well, he ain't got no hat.
Yeah.
So I went and get another hat out of the truck, and I got the box out. Out and put it on the back of the truck. And I gave this kid a hat, and I wrote the same thing.
I guess people thought it was free game.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like walking around, and there's like 20 people.
Yeah.
There's like 20
They got hats
people
on.
with
They get a
Boars N
hat.
Broads hats.
They were like, that's $40.
There's like 20 people with hats, and I'm like, wait, I know we didn't give away this many hats. Like, I will give hats away to kids.
I will not.
All day.
It's gonna cost you $20, kiddo.
Just like your daddy, boy. Bring me that 20. No, we'll give hats away to kids all day. I don't mind that. Like
No,
I
that's
said,
you should. You
I
should
told
do
that kid, I said, man, this is my big boar hat. And like, I kid you not, every time I put that hat on, we caught a stud. Like, we caught a good.
Put the new one on, went downhill.
Oh, we ain't caught nothing but titty sows
Chokes
since.
for
Man,
days,
this
baby.
hat right here ain't
take
with
the
the
South
piss.
hat.
Where's that little boy?
Somebody,
I hope he comes tomorrow. We're gonna kick him
I'm
over.
gonna
and
get
steal
my
it.
hat
Yeah.
back from that kid. I'm gonna say, hey man, you want to leave Champ in there, and Champ's gonna go.
If you want to get to catching big boar hogs, I got a pair of underwear I wear every single time.
No kid.
Yeah, I mean, like I can.
Let me borrow them. Cause all we catch is big titty sows. I
You
take.
got like a little elephant.
Boy,
thing
if you
on the
want
front.
one that's still
I thought it
got
was a leopard
milk
thong.
coming out, boy, we'll catch her for you.
That's what I'm talking
Some of them
about.
are mean as piss too. I told Mark, I said, you need to start accepting sows in this
Hey,
thing.
there ain't no doubt. Sows will bite. Now these hogs here will bite.
Now what's? I'm sorry, I ain't trying.
No, I
Go ahead.
interrupt
No, they
all the
bite.
time. Boy, shit,
No,
I don't
what's-
care.
what's
that's,
the-
that's a different thing. Don't-
What's the rule with not being able to put the sows in here? Is that a state rule? What's that?
It's one of those deals, and now I cannot sit here and say 1,000%
I think you're reading them.
this is what it is, but yeah, it's the same scenario. It's like you can't have sows on the same premises as you have the boars, and it sucks. That's just like the whole thing. If one hog tests and it has something wrong with it,
I've never
every hog on that place is quarantined. You got to get rid of all of them, or they got to test clean.
I heard
3
word on the
times.
street they were trying to change that up a little bit. Next year, I
hope so,
I heard they was.
Word on the street.
If one tested clean, it don't ever gotta get tested again. That's what I heard.
And that's exactly what I've
That's
heard
what I'm
too.
hearing through the
And so
grapevine.
once you're clean, that set of hogs
You clean.
is clean. And it sucks because, like I said, if you've got 30 hogs in one hog, your worst hog
Yeah, all 30.
test, then all 30 hogs have to suffer.
I would come out here and get my surveyor and cut this property
It is now.
legally. I'd be like,
Yeah, it is cut. Yeah,
That's different. Over
yeah,
there.
it's a different property here than it is over there. That's right.
I hear you. Get them, boys.
Yep. So you can test 2 different spots, correct?
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can test 2 different spots, and so if something happens over here, it's just
Over
right
there.
here. It
Yep.
doesn't affect these. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we were saying a while ago. Is like, and I don't know,
It's
like I
about there
said,
throwing up.
1,000% on it, but
I think it's calling biscuit right now.
yeah, he probably is. One of them big old cat head biscuits.
Yeah.
What? Look, I wonder if it's like a Grand's biscuit, like a butter flavored.
Oh yeah, flaky.
Carter who?
We had to miss a couple of days because the hogs would keep testing bad,
Yeah.
and so we put all the other hogs under quarantine until we figured all when we brought all the new hogs in, we put it on the system.
Yeah.
And had to split it over there and have 2 different addresses.
That's right.
So we tested them over there.
So
we could bring them back over here.
there you go.
Now,
And then we could run the whole hog.
There you
Now-
go.
Put them on the new one until they test.
Yeah, until they test it
You
correctly.
can't do it 3 times before it's all good.
And see, and that's how safe this is. I mean, this stuff here is.
Oh yeah, people want to talk about how rough it is. This is literally the safest thing that you can do with hogs
This
and
is not
dogs.
a blood sport. At
No,
all.
no.
Like, not at all.
You can turn on ESPN and watch on a Friday night and watch the prelims to a UFC fight,
And literally-
and you're gonna see.
Beat each other to death. Almost. There's been some people that have died from, or have.
Yes.
They can't even walk anymore because they got
Right.
beat.
100%.
And because one, they're making money on it.
Right.
Two, they can control it. It's a big money
Right.
thing. That's what it is.
And you can't make this dog do this. It's not making
No,
it
you.
do this. They either do it or they don't.
I promise you, if you could force a dog to do it, I'd have the best pack in the state.
I guarantee you. Goose
Because
is
I
the
would,
best.
yes, sir, son. I would
Now, did Alabama ever? Did they ever have bay pens? Did Florida?
They
ever,
did.
Florida
They
ever
did
have bay
before.
pens?
Yes.
Now, what's the reason? Like, no.
Oh wait, that was the
Do we wanna
catch
get
stop.
into
That
that?
was the
Okay,
catching
not
time.
even, not even getting into that. I get.
That
Yeah,
was the
it
catching
was
time.
a bay pen.
What
and
got
then-
Alabama?
And then
wasn't it?
60 Minutes was there undercover, and they decided to do a catch and tie. And
Did you win? No. Okay.
I'm not going to comment.
Did you have a dog in the race?
A 10
What?
every time.
What was your time?
A 10. It was a 10. That's all I can say. It was a 10 every time. But they did do the catch and tie, so that kind of changed it for everybody else. I'm not going to say that I agree with it or don't agree with it either way. That's not for me to judge anyone.
I'll come out
We
here
don't
and
do
say
catch
it
and
right now.
ties at any of these competitions at all, ever. None of that's ever happened since I've been around.
No,
What you gonna say?
So,
but I'd pay to watch a catch and tie.
yeah. I would
That would be.
I would compete 100%.
And here's
In
the
the
thing, like people talk about, oh well, a
Living.
catch and tie is a brutal blood sport. It ain't a brutal blood
You're
sport,
right there on top of it.
right? Like if it's a brutal blood sport, it's because you ain't no good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's a brutal blood sport. Going out with a thermal and shoot them in the guts and let them run and die off.
Yeah, that's
Now you talk.
wow.
Now that's a brutal blood sport.
Shout out
I
to
can
our
go out-
thermal hunters, boy, because we on your head.
I never had negativity
Sorry.
before, but now I do.
Well, you might have it now. You might have it now.
Yeah,
I
but
get it.
honestly,
It's-
it is. It's the truth. I mean, like you get guys that go out and they just open fire 30 rounds,
Don't know what they hit.
and they're like, yeah, I think we hit like 10 or 12, and they got 2 or 3.
Well,
So what happened to the rest?
And here's the thing: people talk about, oh well, when you go up there and knife them hogs.
It's quick.
I have seen somebody shoot a hog
Like 10 times.
in the
Did you see a
forehead.
video of a guy not long ago had the dogs and everything up there, and he was going to show, it's like how tough the hog really was, and he shot it like 10 times or so probably.
Yeah,
I've seen some videos.
I've seen somebody shoot one in the forehead about 10 times
And the bus said, boop, boop.
Still do it.
with a 40,
This was a
and this hog's sitting there just going.
Everything, man.
I mean, they.
Well, it's not even that. You get to a point.
It is quick seconds.
It's seconds.
I trust y'all standing shooting beside my dog.
Oh yeah,
I don't trust some people shooting beside my dog.
I
ain't gonna
You gotta
shoot with my dog.
Yeah, but you would have to ask me. But I'm saying,
It
you
was
would.
a bad situation.
right,
Yeah.
and
Different.
and
I don't
that,
even own a gun.
I don't either.
I got mule tape tatted on my back.
I don't.
hey, I'll tell you. Now, when Ryan and I hunt together, we don't take a catch dog. And I know people are gonna tell me, you don't take a catch dog.
Take a lasso.
We don't take a catch dog. We don't take a catch dog. We take the catch dog. And
UGA, baby,
He sends me
UGA.
in there. He sends me in there.
I
I'm gonna spear him.
and now I know about 10, 12 people that I've seen. Well, I don't even know if it's that. A handful of people that I've seen leg a hog off of a bay, and 2 of them are sitting right here, and one of them's right there. But like you talk about getting in there and getting amongst it for the dogs. Like, if a dog, like, we pulled up on a couple bad situations where our dogs were trying to catch and they were in kind of a bad situation, and Ryan's right there with them. And people say, well, y'all don't care about them dogs or whatnot. No, like, you can watch a couple of our YouTube videos and you can tell, like, we care about our dogs. Because there's one where we were pulling up beside a creek and they're down in the bottom of the creek. I said, wow, this is a good boar. And they're baying him for a second.
It's summertime. We haven't been there 10 minutes.
Yeah, we hadn't been there 10 minutes and the dogs was filled bay, and they were down in the creek bottom, and I mean they sitting there trying to catch him, and catch him. And I said, Ryan, get down there. I said, they're taking the ass whooping.
It was. Shit got messed up.
Man, Ryan drops down there, and I come out with the camera, and right about that time that hog kind of turned a quarter away from Champ. Champ caught him on the ear, and Ryan legs him at the same time, and like hits a big old like slough or something.
I about lost my boot.
And trips, and he about falls over. Champ's like, hold on to this hog.
I'm very thankful.
And he's just like,
Nothing bad has happened to me yet. I mean, I've had my finger bit by one.
He's fired up about it. He's fired up. He's like, how about them cur dogs, baby? Like, he's so pumped about it.
You know,
and we're sitting there.
I gotta see this.
We're sitting there like,
It's exciting.
oh man, he was jacked up. Yeah, y'all have to put that on.
It gets me excited. I get excited. Obviously, when you start hog hunting,
he was
you get
so
excited
jacked
when you can breed your own dogs, not buy them. You breed them up. They go out there and find a pig and do what you want. That's awesome. But then it's awesome when you got some 3 cur dogs, semi-rough, a little rough, and that you can catch hogs with them, and you don't need a catch dog, or you don't need 12 dogs on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me going.
Yeah,
because I can take 3 dogs. And we just roll to the woods.
We
have a pass, and then I ain't gotta wait for one dog is over here 1/10 of a mile, and then I got one over here.
We've been in some bad situations before.
And now I'm ready to go. I got all dogs, and I'm waiting for one.
I hate that.
And he's probably a pot licker and just wanted to help dog, and he's out there. He's just out there BSing the whole time.
I had one for a while that every time all the dogs come in, he just went out. No shit. I mean, like
he just did that to spite you.
He tried to leave, he would go.
Yeah, like if we were loading dogs up, like if we'd be looking like everybody's like, oh man, he's 800 yards. Oh man, he's burning it up. He's half a mile. I was like, he ain't doing nothing. He's running away.
They know when
He's
they're
running
leaving.
away. I'm telling you.
They didn't want to go home.
So I just like we just
No, this
no
show.
shit. He would strike a hog after that all night long. Then he would strike a hog. The rest of the time, my feet were warm.
I've been in South Georgia before, waited on a dog, my buddy's dog, for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
No,
It was ridiculous.
no, we're going home.
If we wasn't 4 hours,
I'll tell you right now, like, because I do some stuff that I ain't gonna say whatever, but I do some stuff that's whatever.
that ain't conventional.
It's just not conventional, and so
Yeah.
and like I'll tell you right now, my dog's bad about relaying. He's gonna relay. If you get there and you lay hands on the hog, he's gone. If there's another hog, he's gonna run it. And dude, if I can't beep him off at .98 and him come back, like and people are like, oh well.
We're just getting started at .9.
Yeah. Hey, Alabama and Georgia, different places, cuz.
It is. It really is.
It's geographical location.
It is location. That's got a lot.
That's
to do
like
with
Uncle
it.
Pat said.
my
It's
Garmin-
your geographical location.
Don't hold that. Jump in there. I gotta go take a look.
If my Garmin goes 900 yards,
But
Pop in,
if
Slim.
I can't beat my dog off at 900 yards, like, I mean, like, I ain't gonna do it all the time, but you need to be able to do it, in my opinion. Like, I mean, that's just my opinion, because, like, there's certain places where you don't need to go. And if you can't beep your dog off, like, I'll tell you one place right now that you don't need to go, and you know the exact place that I'm talking about. And if you can't beep your dog off of that, then, then you're going to get in trouble.
I know. Yeah.
And you're not going to just get in trouble. You're going to get in a lot of trouble. You just...
I can honestly say I've never beat my dog off a hog. Never.
I'll beat mine off.
And I mean, we have ran.
If you ran into the experience I ran into,
Hey, well, I've been in a few tight places. I have. Look, hey, it's been times we run them 10, 11, 12 miles straight. That's real. That's real. Talk.
Oh yeah,
I believe that.
I believe it.
But
No,
I'm just
I ain't doubting you.
Yeah.
I ain't doubting you. Not
We
for
hunt
not
over
for.
the hills and hollers, high walls, thickets. I mean, we
Yeah,
we
I
hunt it all.
No, I ain't doubting you for 1 second. I'm just, it's one of them things. Like,
I mean, Nate and Joey, I mean, we hunt hills, hollers, and I mean, you'll hunt all night and run, and sometimes you catch, sometimes you don't.
oh, I ain't got no problem with them not coming up with the ball, but there are certain places here that
the people
through
aren't so
our-
nice.
I understand.
through our
Yeah.
experiences,
Well,
we have
same here,
learned.
same here, yeah.
We have learned to call
Yeah.
the dogs off before they get there.
Yeah.
You know.
I've just-
And no. If it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon, my dog goes somewhere he ain't supposed to be. I'm gonna get on Google.
Yeah.
Search Q Public, find whose name it is, and I'm gonna call
try
him
to
and
call.
I'm gonna
And
say,
that's the right thing to do. Yeah.
"Hey, Mr. Sir, I did not let out on your
Yeah.
property, but my dog is over there. And would you mind if I went and got my dog?" And 99.9% of the time, they're going to say, "No, I would not mind that one bit." And if they don't answer, at least they got a voicemail.
Yeah.
And if they
And you
catch
got the right to go
if
get
they
your dog,
catch
yeah.
you on camera
Yeah.
or whatever, you go get your dog. And like, what I can't stand is folks saying, "Oh, well, we can't go over there, blah, blah, blah." Like, there's certain places where I'm trying to call my dog off, where I know he
Yeah.
don't need to be.
At times you got to.
Right.
But, you know,
We've had situations in the past where, like, it just doesn't need to happen. But, like, what I can't stand is somebody saying, "Oh, you know, blah, blah. I don't know who owns that." Like, I'm going to get my dog.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm
You
going,
ain't got no weapons.
I'm going
Yeah.
to get my
Yeah, you got no
dog.
weapons,
And
so you got the right to go
I'm
get your
going
dog.
to get my dog. Like, and I'm not gonna disrespect your property
Yeah.
while I'm there. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, here's the problem: is that 90% of people that have dog hunting rights to places do things the right way, but the 10%
It's the bad apple.
That's
The
yeah, it does. It does.
10%
It does. Yeah.
that don't
Most-
do it the right way.
It's like this. Most places we got permission to hunt. The neighbors, they all know us. They
Right.
all know we're gonna hunt.
Right.
We all know we're gonna hunt with
Yep.
dogs. You know, we can't have it. At the end of the day, as long as we're killing the hogs, they normally don't
Right,
care.
They don't
the
mind
few
at all.
the places we might go new or whatever, like you said, I think the law is you try to get a hold of the landowner, you call,
Right.
you leave a voicemail, and then you got the right to go get your dog.
I'm gonna try and do things the right way.
Yeah, no
every
doubt,
single
always.
time.
Yeah,
I ain't
always,
never
yeah.
gonna come in and
Yeah.
intentionally drop out on your property.
No. Yeah,
Like,
that's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do things the right way every single time.
That's right.
But at the bottom, at the end of the deal, my dog is over there, and I'm gonna go
You
get
got to
him.
go get it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah.
It don't matter what's happening over there.
Yeah, where, who, whatever. Yeah.
It don't matter. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get my dog.
Yeah. And you got the right to.
Right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
exactly right.
You got no weapons. You ain't
And-
killing
and-
nothing. You know.
You got the right, moral right, but not.
But yeah,
Actual
the landowner
right.
may look at it a whole
Hey,
different.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen now.
And they will get
Listen now.
pissed real quick.
Some-
Like,
Hey,
yeah.
There's some that- y'all- there's some
man-made
game
property
wardens-
lines.
And game
God
wardens will have
made
their back
earth.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game wardens had their back, but we've met some good ones.
There's some good ones out there.
We
Yeah,
met some-
it is.
There are some good game wardens
It
out
is,
there. I
it is,
will
yeah.
tell. What I
Kind of like your cops. You
South
got your
Carolina.
good ones, you got your bad ones.
South Carolina.
Yeah, we rode up in South Carolina.
Yeah, we were in South Carolina, man, and
We were hunting in Georgia.
we were
Both
hunting
couples
in
in South Carolina.
Georgia on the Savannah River. We were hunting in Georgia. We come off the river, and there's two game wardens, and we was at a place that no game warden's gonna come to unless somebody calls him.
Yeah, that's most of the time.
We were like, somebody
Yeah.
called him to make sure to check on us.
My
you
buddy's
know.
been hunting there for 6 years. Ain't never
Yeah.
ran into a game warden.
Never ran into a game warden, but
As far as hunting, I'm not either. You know what I mean?
these guys are South Carolina game wardens, and I mean they could have stuck us.
They're awesome.
They could have tried to do they could have tried to do more than they did. But, you know, what they wanted to know was, hey, where are y'all hunting? Are y'all hunting on private land or are y'all hunting on public land? Which there is an open season in South Carolina for public land. And so basically they just wanted to know what we was up to. And they left us alone after that. They said, hey, y'all have a good night. And you know, people can say what they want to because, like, on Boars N Broads, like, we make fun of game wardens all the time.
Oh, yeah. You're
Like,
talking, cutting up, having fun.
It's just cutting up.
Just video,
Like, they be like,
man.
oh, where did all these bar hogs come from? And, like, you know, it'll pop up to a picture of us. And I ain't got nothing against game wardens.
No.
I respect the
gotta do their
job that they do.
Yeah, that's right.
I ain't got no problem with game wardens. What I got a problem is when they come up and they act like they're the chief of the situation.
Yeah.
They
Bow
know
down. Fuck
everything.
that.
And I can't do that. That's just not me.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't respect that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
And we
And
joke,
you'll have that. You'll have
joke
that.
about trespassing and stuff. Like, 99% of
read.
the time that I'm trespassing, it's going to get my dog off of somebody's property. I'm not doing
no harm. Yeah, no harm. Yeah.
I'm not hunting there. I'm not sitting there shooting turkeys out of a tree with a 30-06.
Out of a truck.
My dog ain't running deer.
Yeah.
Or we're just going to ask for help.
Right.
That's a whole different
Well, yeah,
story.
that's a whole different story that we don't need to tell on this podcast.
Hold on now. We might need to hear this one now.
No, we don't need to tell this. Yeah, we'll tell this one off air.
Yeah, we're going to cut the cam now.
Because that one's rough. But no.
I'll go to jail on that one, huh?
That's not bad.
I'd have been in jail if I was there. 100%.
Nothing happened. Everything was good.
Everything was
Besides
okay.
one of the dogs died, but everything was good.
Land
tickets.
owner. Yeah.
No tickets. Nothing.
I
like
can
that.
understand.
No tickets were given out. Even
That's
though we
good.
had
No,
6 patrol
and
cars
like
and about 4 game wardens there.
Yeah, people talk about however they want to, man. But I can tell you right now, you can call any property owner that Ryan or myself hunts with, or anyone that we're associated with, anyone that we hunt with, and ask them about us. And they're going to tell you the same thing. Them boys leave everything spotless.
That's the best way to be.
I got one place down south of here. I called him because we ripped up a little bit of grass because the ground was wet and we didn't have it locked in 4-wheel drive. And, you know, it was a 3-foot skid mark.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, we didn't do it on purpose. We just weren't locked in.
We got wet.
It got wet, and we ripped up a little. And, you know, he thought it was going to be a big old rut. And he called me and said, why did you even tell me about that? You know, and it was just
that's
one
respect.
of those things.
That's a good thing, yeah.
It was
It's just about being respect.
It was
I got a
respect,
few places we hunt, and I mean, these landowners, again, like y'all talked about this earlier. You know, a lot of times it ain't that you can bring people or want to bring people. The landowners are so picky about who you bring or how many you bring, so you know, you're kind of limited. But yet, you know, you tell them, hey, don't trash the place, don't throw no cigarette butts, no beer cans. You know, we here to have a good time, and you got to respect the people, man. You know.
Man, we've been places. We started hunting a few places that, you know, people are like, well, you know, I've let some people come in here and dog hunt before, and they've just torn everything up.
Yeah, they'll throw out
That
this,
ain't what it's about.
Yeah.
That's not dog
Well, see,
hunting.
that's again a few minutes ago. That one bad person will give
But
everybody.
it even gets to the point, man, if they have even work days during the year, during their deer season, I'll be like, hey, man, I'll come help you. I'm not even going to deer. I'll come out there and help you.
It's places I hunt, and, dude, I'll come in there, do their bush hogging, you know, punch their fields.
Like
And, dude, I run a deer processor right there local at home.
Mm-hmm.
I care less about deer. But I'll come in there, punch your fields. I'll do whatever I can, and all I want to do is hog hunt. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, so I mean, that's all, you know, and I do that for 2 or 3 different clubs right there local. I mean, so you know, and I care less about deer. You know what I mean?
I feel you,
So
man.
I mean,
That hog hunt gets me
yeah.
going.
Yeah,
I mean, I've shot
I'm
153 inch
killing
deer
I see
in South
deer.
Georgia.
I see the biggest deer right there in the yard. I don't gotta go hunt.
Ryan gets
you know?
mad at me because I don't kill big deer because I have some big deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you kill them deer? I said,
No,
well,
somebody
don't
should,
get me-
somebody should kill them because there's some decent ones. Somebody should.
somebody should.
Well, your neighbor, you know, I'm sure your neighbor might. You know.
No, because
I don't care. I'll go hunt. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I shot that 150 inch deer down South Georgia. It got me going, but nothing gets me going like going out to the woods.
Nah, man, when you go
Turning
out
the
there,
dogs
you
loose,
strike
and they go
one,
find one, and they got one bait up, or they got one caught, or they got one, and it's not making a noise.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there, and you just hear
Yeah.
bushes rattling and stuff like that.
And I think the first video I ever put on YouTube was it was like dogs catching Georgia giant or something.
Oh yeah, that's
And
a
I had to
with your boy
mute.
Luke Gunner, Chris Gunner,
I had to, Luke Gunner, Chris Gunner, y'all
Hunter
boys
Mitchell.
is
You
my
was only Hunter, wasn't it?
boys. Yeah, Hunter Mitchell was there. We was on the Chattahoochee River. But I had to mute like a minute of the video because literally I did not say one word that could have been on YouTube because I was so jacked up.
Oh yeah, I
So
got.
scared of your mama.
I got.
I,
Yeah, well,
hey,
look, I got a
Mom-
buddy.
No. It was not Mom. I was scared of the Lord because of what I said.
Well, I tell you like this.
I'm
We got a
telling
little buddy who hunts with us pretty regular. Y'all boys know him, Jacob Kilgore. He's about 19, 20. He's been hunting with us for 4 or 5 years. But he stutters.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when he gets pumped up, he stutters even worse.
Yeah.
So when we get in them bays, a lot of times you'll hear me say, Jacob, video and I'll kill it. And all you hear Jake said, he start just cussing every breath. So we can't even post the videos because he's Jake. But every breath, he'll start cussing every breath and stuttering the whole time. And we're like, well, we can't post that
Man,
video. You know what I mean? We need to.
Hey,
We'll get him up here. We'll
I
get him
said
up here.
some unholy things because my dog run down. I was so pissed off at my dog because I drove all the way up there. I drove about 2 hours to go hunt with them boys. And my dog didn't do a thing. He
That
sat.
sounds like my dog.
Hey, heat warmers now because I got heated boots.
Uh-oh.
He's in the box right now. But I was so pissed off at that dog. I looked up. He started kind of hitting a little. I said, what is he finna do? He run in there 125 yards and he just 125 bayed. And he didn't take a step. They said, what's he barking at? I said, he's barking at a hog. And they sent a couple more dollars to him. They was all baying. I said, that's a decent one now, because I promise you, if there was a couple of dogs there and my dog's still barking, it's a good one. We sent the catch dog to him. We said, man, what happened? He must have broke. They were sitting in the same spot. I said, bleep, 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 bleep. We started running to him. And he was a big one. He was a grown one, man. Oh, man. Those are the good times. So when you catch one like that, when you catch one like that, man, when they...
You know it's a good pig.
Oh, man.
That's what makes it worth it. So
Those are the
we're
good
80
times.
years old, rocking on the front porch.
Oh, yeah.
I got
You
a
sit
picture
there
book
and
I
go,
got from since I was probably all the hunts I've been on my life,
I love.
and I just
keep
little
up with good
4x6s,
pictures,
and
yeah.
I got freaking albums of just hunting pictures.
That's
No,
all.
that-
you won't
that's-
never forget that.
I think I got more
good
album
stuff.
pictures than my family.
That's the good stuff. And I just
like the
remember,
memory,
I
man.
remember sending, I remember sending the pictures to them at like midnight. I mean, it was late when we caught that pig. And like, I sent the pictures to them and like, they just start calling me. Like, that was a giant hog. Like,
I hope we can show it on here. And it was tied too.
Stud.
They tied it.
oh yeah, it was tied.
Is that the one y'all showed me? One
And
time?
released.
Yeah, that's a hawk. So I'll give y'all credit. We ain't got it like that in Alabama, do we, Joe?
Not a lot of them.
No, like, you'll catch a handful. No, we can't tie and cut. If we do,
I can't,
We'll get held.
if my dog box was in the back of my truck.
There's 1,000 to 400 pound hogs.
yeah.
Oh,
I always tell
if
people
you
I
go
wanna
by
see.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Scale,
I want to
baby.
put my hands on.
Put your scale on.
Oh,
If
we
you
carry
go by
one. We carry
Facebook-
one in the truck,
That's the way to do
certified.
it. Put one in my buggy. The little ones go about 660.
if you go by
I tell them, I
Facebook,
say, yes, pull them out of these mountains. We're going to put them on that truck. We're going to take them to the house. We're going to hang them up.
The thing is, this mountain high walls. It's hard to get them out of them high walls.
Hey, we've told you, hey,
Oh,
every
yeah.
one of them out. Every one.
I'm tying some
Grant,
ropes
Rodney,
to 'em,
they was like,
yeah.
I hate y'all. I was like, just shut up, Dragon. Let's go. We went to
We'll-
hook something.
we'll tie ropes
that
to 'em.
sounds like Ryan.
But look around, he can work
Give
on
him
some
by
here,
chance. Give him by chance. We do kill one. I'd piss on that. I ain't carrying that thing out.
That's
now.
what most people say. What do you do with all them meat with all hogs? I said, well, we'll give them away. We can get to them.
Oh, yeah.
If not, I said, I could be, half of them get left. I ain't dragging them big things.
Buzzard's got to eat too.
But Cody,
No, Buzzard's
man, I'm
got to
like
eat
70
too now.
pounds. I can't drag
You,
them
you
200
can't tell that to him though, boy. He bringing that thing out alive because it don't matter where it's at. Why'd you kill that hog?
Okay, who wants to? Then if you kill it, want to eat it. Now you got to gut it. Now you got
That's
to
work,
quarter it up
man.
and take it all out there. You can take it out alive. You can take it out alive to the processor and shoot them on hoof, or
Well, you see, back at home,
Second.
you can't hear.
I know,
Yeah,
but-
there you can hear, you can, I guess. Yeah.
or you can just take it to your house. I mean, if you got a transport license, okay, don't sue me.
Yeah.
Come after me tomorrow.
They ain't want to be here.
His
in the
address is 1027.
morning. They ain't want to be here in the morning.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like you can just kill them at the person's house and then
Mr.
they'll want it fresh
Rankin.
right there. They don't want. I would rather trust my meat if I seen it before it died.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah,
Fresh.
for sure.
Yeah.
And,
Which I was
I'll give hogs away. You know, when I go hunting by myself, I got somebody that wants a hog before I come, and if I catch one, I'm gonna take it to them. I'm gonna take it to them alive, and I'm gonna shoot it in the head.
Half of the problem is I have people. Heath, I want a hog. I want a hog. I get you.
Oh
I'll call
yeah,
you
sir.
tonight. I'll
I
call you
know
at midnight.
how that is.
I'll kill 2 or 3. Hey man, I got a couple 200 pounders
They don't
here.
wanna mess
Meet
with
me.
it.
Oh, it's too late.
You know-
Come on,
you know
man.
what you do
look,
then?
I quit messing with people like
You
that.
know what
man.
you do then? You
I
dump
won't
them
mess with
things in the driveway.
Well, I've done that. And I've done that. And I've done that.
You drop the things in the driveway,
Hey,
just
porch load,
roll
truck
out,
load, truck
cause
load.
just
Front steps. Yeah.
dump them out.
They can't open the front door. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I've
sir.
done that, but you know.
Them things be able to sit there and go.
You want to get back in here? Come on.
Yeah, I'll go back in.
Come on.
Come on, Joey. Where's Maggie at, man?
We'll get back in. Everybody's swapping around. We all taking little bathroom breaks and stuff here and there.
I don't know what I'm doing.
This podcast we've been swinging on this thing for a while now.
Hey, this is
This
gonna
might
be
be
good
a
now.
two-part episode.
Hey, you might have some
Mine.
hates on it now.
I'm sure.
Them
we will.
Boars N Broads boys get on here. Them comments gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Them Twitter
Say
fingers
that-
gonna
say
be
that hate the ball
rolling.
on
You know,
TikTok.
that's the thing about it. The world loves controversy.
Oh man, absolutely.
Look,
Randy Durrell told me that. He said, "Man, he said when you got something going good, nobody likes to see that unless it's them."
That's true.
Exactly.
And it's true.
And what's bad is your friends too. believe it or
Oh
not.
man,
your friends don't want you.
That'd be the
Your
first
friends
ones to
want you
get you.
down here. They don't want you up here.
Right.
You know?
but every now and then you get one or two that
Well,
is
that's
your
close
real
friends,
that's your real friends.
I mean, you'll know the difference.
You'll
Wherever
figure
he
it out.
is right there, yeah, that's
Yeah.
him.
You'll know the
When you
difference,
start
yeah.
hog hunting, you'll really find out
Oh,
who
yeah.
your friends
That's
are.
very true.
Man, I like, you talk about finding out who your friends are. Like, you always try and we try and take as many people hog hunting as you can.
It's hard to at times.
Right,
And
right.
people don't understand that, man.
And,
taking some people like Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
He was top 10 linebacker pick.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I got buddies.
Hardman, Super Bowl. I mean, we taking some people.
we've taken some people, but it's hard. It's hard to
It's hard to
go
get
with
everybody in
a
the
lot of people
Yeah.
and catch hogs and stuff like
Like
that.
that, and like
You know.
like I said, your landowners, man, they pick.
Right.
I got people. They say, "Hey, you can hunt all you want, but don't bring a lot of people on my property. You gotta
Right.
respect that, you know."
Right.
And a lot of my buddies, man,
Absolutely.
I got big buddies, long time buddies. They mad at me. Hey, I've been waiting on to go for the last 2-3 years. I mean, I understand that, but it's hard for me to just
Right.
say, "Hey, y'all come on, man." It just don't work like that.
Landowners
Yeah,
first.
That's the most
yeah,
important
yeah.
thing.
That's the
Because
most
if I
important
can't
thing.
hunt there,
You have to
I ain't got nowhere to hunt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to do right by the landowners
Yeah.
first, and that's the reason that we go above and beyond on things like if I tear it ain't even got to be a rut from the truck. If the ground is wet and I tear up a strip of grass,
Oh, they
I'm
get
gonna
mad,
sit there
yeah.
and take an hour, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
throw
put
the grass back over.
yeah, I'm gonna try and put the grass back over. I'm gonna put pine straw over it. And
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
call
you'll
him
take
and I'm gonna
people,
say, hey,
you know-
look, it's not a rut, but we did tear out a little bit of
Yeah, we
grass
slid,
just
whatever, yeah.
just from the truck slipping when
Well, you know,
we were
you
on the
take
way
people
out.
And somebody throw a beer can or
Right.
a cigarette butt. Well,
Right.
hold up now. You know, and I mean,
Right.
that's you got to understand people, man. A lot of
Right.
people will mess up.
And
places.
they think and they think that is standard. And
no,
like
not, no,
you
yeah.
slam on the brakes and you say, go pick that up,
Damn
man.
right. I'll get
You
it.
know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like these people have worked And
I mean, you personally own 3,000 acres
Right.
or lease out 2,000-3,000
Right.
acres for 10, 20
Oh,
years.
You're doing
You
something
got
right.
you're
thousands of
doing
dollars in this
something
place.
right.
Yeah,
You have money
yeah, you got
into that
thousands.
place.
You,
You got
you
time
run
and
your
effort.
tractor.
Not to mention,
Yeah.
the equipment and things that they have
Yeah.
out there to make
That's
it
one thing,
how
you
they
run your
want it
tractor
to.
year round.
Right,
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money. And then you let somebody come up there and hawk hunt and you trash the place. Hell no.
Right.
You know.
yeah, that's like folks that like. There's some boys.
And all my buddies, I mean,
there's
they.
some boys.
Hey, I tell them, look, y'all don't, if I, don't throw nothing out. You know.
Yeah. There's some boys like. You'll talk to folks and be like, oh yeah, they'll just come out here and start mud bogging.
Yeah.
Like,
mud rack. Yeah, wasting
Mud,
time.
just
Music, wide
ripping
open.
up the
Yeah,
roads.
yeah,
and
You
yeah.
can't
stuff
catch
like
no
that.
hogs doing that shit.
No.
No.
And my thing
You gotta be quiet.
is if you have any sense in your brain, when you're riding a Ranger or anything else,
Yeah, you're gonna
you
stop out a
don't
couple
want to
hundred
go
yards,
over this
from a bank.
pissy ass road.
Yeah.
You want that thing to be smooth, man. I
Yeah.
love a smooth
Yeah.
road.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
Yeah.
a road that you can roll on.
Yeah.
That's right.
That
Put in
you
a
ain't
high
sitting there going,
disease, Yeah.
you know, a road got big old washouts and big old divots from where people riding in. Like that ticks me off. Like, go around it. You know, don't drive right through the middle of the divot and rip it out even more than it is. You know,
We
And
got
you're-
places where we hunt. I mean, if we don't stop out, shoot, 200, 300 yards out of a bay, you'll blow the bay.
Yes.
You'll blow the bay. I mean,
That's exactly right.
So I mean, you got to take your time and
What is a bay?
ease around.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see one.
I ain't never paid a
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
We'll get to see
Yeah,
some
hey,
really
we'll
good
see some bays tomorrow.
I don't,
we'll get to
I don't
see
know what
some.
I'm doing
I
I
here.
saw
heard all
some
these
8.5.
folks.
Yeah.
I heard all these folks talking about bays. I decided I
Yeah.
need to come up here.
I'm
gonna show
coming
y'all
up here to
8.5.
learn, you know.
Hey,
Hoping I learn something.
I'll show y'all a scatterbred 9.5 tomorrow.
That's what I said. I'm doing 8.5. I'm not even gonna set my sights real high.
I don't know about all that, but I'm just here to have a good time. So.
Hey,
And that's one thing about
hey,
coming
all-
here. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
don't,
absolutely.
y'all-
Hey, look, I'm
If
here.
you
I'm
don't
already having a good
it's
time.
absolutely your own fault.
I brought a little pup. She might not do nothing tomorrow. I don't know.
He said, man, if I come up there, I'd like to hunt.
I did. Hey, look, I waste my time here. I might as well try to hunt.
I
You
said,
know?
boy, we'll put you on a hog, maybe.
I'll bring a little woods pup.
We'll
She ain't
try.
12 months, but we'll see what
try.
happens.
That's right.
We'll try to put you on a hog anyway. I don't know
She's been known to stop a pig or two. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
if there ain't no hogs at the two places we go Sunday, then something's wrong.
We just have to come back here.
I'm
and
used to
play
that.
some hogs.
Yeah, we'll just stop back
I
over
know
here.
where some are. We've caught about five.
We'll cut one loose. Yeah.
I winded a couple more hogs a while ago. I guess I had my nose up in there. I said, "Damn, I smell it." More
I
hogs.
ain't tell you.
Hey, after tomorrow, I might be the third. Hate this dog on TikTok. You know. Y'all got one or two. I might be the
That dog
third.
ain't worth a piss.
Oh my god.
Man, I had somebody say, I kid you not, man, that dog has slept in my bed since he was 8 weeks old. Somebody said, imagine saying that you trained that dog and raised that dog, and you just went and bought that dog from.
I seen that.
And I said, dude,
They always on top.
oh man, and like,
You had pictures of him when he was like a little bitty puppy all the way
he
up.
was a piss ant. I mean, he was 6 weeks old, laying in my bed. I said the first day he didn't piss in the house, and I was like super excited about it. And you know, like people just and my dog, like he's a good dog. Don't get me wrong, he's a good dog, but I know what he is. Like I ain't gonna take him to go run with hounds. Because he ain't gonna do a piss with the hound.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna dump him out on an 8-hour-old track and he's
Nah,
gonna
you
go
waste
find a
your
hog.
time. Waste
But
your
if
time.
you dump him out on a 2-hour-old track, he's gonna go find a hog and he's gonna stop it and we're gonna catch it. But like I have invested more time in that dog than I've invested than most people invest in anything in their entire life, including their relationships. And I just don't understand why people like they'll watch a 15-second clip of a dog and think they know that dog's entire mentality. Like I was talking about earlier, that dog will go, and he's so smart, it's bad for him because he's so smart. If I'm by myself and he's baying a hog and there's a river right here, he's going to sit back 15, 20 feet because he knows that hog's not going to turn around and swim across that river because he knows he's going to catch it if it goes to that river. Mm-hmm. And he'll sit back there and somebody will say, well, that's a loose baying dog. And I'm like, because I got a video of that dog running in there and catching a hog that's getting bayed, and he shows up and he decides to go catch it. Like, he's too smart for his own good, but, like, what gets me is people that, like, if you go to Boars N Broads, and if you were able to look up the comments on Boars N Broads, we probably leave, what do you think, Ron? 30 comments a day? 30 comments a day that are all positive. Like, it's like the little fire emoji or great work. Like,
That's
awesome
the way to be.
dog
Yeah,
work.
that's the way to be. Yeah.
Man, I ain't never gone on somebody else's
and be
stuff
negative or
and
hateful.
said something
Yeah.
negative. Like
So y'all got it
don't
figured out,
make
yeah.
Nothing. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen,
it's not
everybody-
positive for anything.
We need to
listen.
try to all stay together.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what it's about.
I've been doing this
It's-
for 4 years,
you know.
and you'll find people that hate on you no matter what.
And they're
you-
doing
you
the
could-
same thing you're
yeah.
doing. That's what
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. You can have the best
You're doing
dogs in
the
the world. And
same
still,
damn
look,
thing.
I'm like this. I'm a dog man.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due.
I
you know,
love hunting
yeah,
with dogs
yeah.
that are better than
and
mine.
I love going to new
And
places.
my dog's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Y'all
And
was
my
talking about
dogs look better.
y'all was talking about earlier about if you go with us, bring only one dog or bring it, whatever. Don't bring it. It's like this. When I go somewhere new, I might bring one puppy,
Right.
but a lot of times I'll go somewhere new just to kind of see how you hunt.
Right.
See how you hunt, Joey.
That's right.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see
then
how
if
I
you-
hunt.
if you-
We'll all show each other.
If you
Because
bring
everybody-
a dog
yeah,
that's solid and it's a puppy, I'm gonna
And then
say,
you know,
hey,
then
man,
you know, yeah.
bring 3 dogs next
Yeah,
time we go.
and and people's
And we'll
got
just
that at
hunt
times.
our
yeah.
dogs in rotation.
Yeah.
We'll do
But
whatever.
everybody's got different dogs, and everybody hunts different,
Yeah.
man. My way might be, different
Right.
your way, or vice versa.
100%.
And which at times I catch hogs, and I mean, it is what it is. But man,
there's times where there's times like I ain't putting down hound hunting or whatever.
no, I mean I love good hounds, but
'Cause
yeah,
I
They
have
just don't
seen
work for
some
us.
No,
giants.
that's right,
I
yeah.
have seen some giants come off of a dog dropped on one track, and
And run it.
that dog run that track for 12 hours, and
Yeah,
then he
12
finally
miles,
fell
yeah.
bay. But we ain't got the time or resources
or the land, or the
Takes a lot of land.
yeah. You was talking about earlier, yeah,
to do such a thing.
yeah. We
I
do
think
at
something
times,
That's gonna
They're gonna have to hit it.
put
Put
the
teeth in it,
bricks
yeah,
on
put the
him
teeth in it,
at
yeah.
400, and
Yeah.
our dogs, like we felled bay at 1.25 miles, but that ain't normal. That's not normally what happens. Now, does it happen sometimes? Yeah, like that they ain't gonna quit one, but typically they're gonna get him stopped before he gets out of where we're allowed to hunt. You know,
See, Joey, you can back me up. We have hunting the same location. We ain't 20, 30 minutes away
That's
from
right,
each other.
that's right.
I mean, some nights our dogs will run all night, 4, 5, 10 miles.
Right.
Believe that or not.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm told these people, they think we're crazy. I mean, honestly.
Like
I
they
mean, we
just go and
we
go
hunt
and go
hills.
and go, you
Dude,
know?
we have pulled up at Orwell's Garmin saying, 300 something yards bayed every breath, and you looking straight, but it's straight off a mountain.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a mile
and
and a
these
half
hogs
to get
here,
to that-
these
that-
hogs here has been ran for 10, 20 years. I mean, they'll run 10, 12 miles, and people
If
think
a
we're
dog
crazy, but
opens
that's
up-
God's honest truth talk.
Oh, I
I mean,
believe
that's
it.
real
If the
talk.
dog opens up,
Yeah.
it's a race.
Yeah.
I mean, for hours.
Yeah, they looking at it. If that's the case, because we
If our
got
dog
silent
open
dogs
up,
most
I mean, if our
most
dog
nights,
open
most
at all,
days.
it's a bayer catching or they're
Right.
stopping him.
Yeah.
Some boy out here a while ago was talking about what South Carolina.
Yeah.
He said if my dog goes past 800 yards, he said I'm beating them and I'm shocking them. I'm starting all over. Shoot, if our dogs go 800 yards and sit down, that's a good night.
That's close.
Yeah.
That's a good night for us.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
And that goes back to the
I mean,
you can take a dog here and hunt it in Alabama, and then you
Oh,
take
man.
it from Alabama to Georgia to Florida
Right.
to Texas
It's like
or
a-
wherever,
that's it.
and it's
It's a
going to hold different.
put me in
Geographical
flat
location.
country. You know what I mean? Put me in flat
Geographical
country.
location,
Yeah.
man. Yep.
And Oh yeah,
It's the same way in Alabama.
It's 100%.
You damn right.
Like, we
you
got-
go way down South Alabama, it's flat. We'll go down and catch 10 in 10 hours. You know what I mean? Easy.
You know,
I mean,
people-
less time, really.
people
Oh, yeah.
can say whatever
Yeah.
they want, but like I'll tell you the honest to God truth. Like my dog's caught hogs in Georgia. He's caught hogs in South Carolina.
Yeah.
He's caught hogs in Alabama. He's caught hogs in Florida, and he's caught hogs in Texas. So, like, they'd be like, "Oh well, you know, you blah blah blah," and talk all that smack. Like, I'm not saying my dog is better than anybody else's dog. I'm just saying if you want to run with my dog and prove that your dog is better than my dog, I'll show up.
Yeah.
I don't give
That's
a
what I'm saying.
piss.
That's the thing. You're
It
going
don't
to it.
matter to me. Like, I would love to show up and your dogs just be better than my dogs. Because
Yeah.
guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go home and I'm going to replicate your
Yeah,
recipe.
yeah. I want your shit.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
find out
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
got in them
Let
dogs.
me learn from this. Yeah.
And then I'm going to
Yeah,
take
that's
it
right.
home
That's
and
how I
I'm
am.
gonna do
Yeah.
the same
I'll
thing.
shake your hands. I mean, I appreciate this.
I
You know,
appreciate you.
I want to come back. I want to come back.
Let
Let me get a puppy. Yeah, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
And that's the way it should be. Like I said, though.
It's took me this long. I learned
And that,
something new.
and what that is putting
You
your
know.
pride aside, man. Because like I love hunting with people that have better dogs than I have.
Yeah, same.
Because
same, yeah.
you learn more when it's like that. Whereas
learn, you see.
whereas if it's Champ Spade and these other 6 dogs are going to like that don't mean
Yeah,
anything.
it is. Yeah, that's everywhere you go. That's everywhere you go. Yeah.
That's okay. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of hogs here. My dog found one. No, I want to see him go to somewhere where there ain't a bunch of hogs. And
This
they
is what
go
I
out
wanna
there
see.
and dig one out.
This is what I want to say because we ain't used to a lot of hogs, are we, Joey?
No.
This is what I want to see.
Well,
I want
yes,
to.
I
I
don't
want.
wanna
I want
come
to see
over
1 or
y'all.
2 dogs hit this track. I don't care if it takes 2 minutes or 2 minutes or 20, 30, or whatever hour. I want to hit this track and I want to stop it.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And to me, that's
Stop
good
and-
dog work. That's
stop
good
and
dog
pow-
work. You know what I
Stop
mean?
and power matters
Yeah.
a lot more
Yeah.
to me than anything else.
Yeah, that's what I look at.
If you
man.
start something, stop it.
Yeah.
Finish it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Like I said earlier, like you was talking about getting off your own property, off
Right.
whatever permission, whatever.
Stop
Me,
it. Whatever it takes, stop it.
I've never called my dog off.
Yeah.
But we got big properties. We normally do. Like I said, our neighbors know. We got clubs, 4 or 5 clubs deep. 10,000 acres. If we got to, yeah, we'll call them off. But at the end of the day, I want my dog on a hog.
Absolutely.
And if I got to come knock on your door, and
Well, that's what it takes. All you
it
got
is
to
what
do
it
is
is.
just
Yeah.
knock on the
Most
door.
of the time, if you're upright,
And we ain't got no
most of the
weapons.
time,
We don't-
if
we
you're
don't have no
upright,
weapons. It ain't nothing wrong.
like,
Yeah.
folks ain't gonna have no issue with it.
Most of the
And
time,
that's why
look,
we
we're
don't
here to
run.
kill hogs,
That's
man,
why we don't run into any issues.
Yeah.
Is because hey, look, I can show you where we dumped out. At.
Yeah, look right
we
here.
didn't
Yeah,
dump
exactly
out
right.
on
Exactly
your
right.
property.
Yeah.
This is just where they come, and we're coming to get them.
I've got a lot of property by
Most
going and
folks-
getting dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And most people know it's like this. Most people
don't have no issue with it.
And most people know where we hunt at. The neighbors know if you hear a dog, see a dog, just come. They know
Yeah.
who we are. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it ain't that big of a deal.
Right. They don't have no issue.
And if
with
it is,
at
we're
all.
gonna fix it. We ain't got no weapons. We're just going to get the dogs.
That's right.
I mean,
That's it.
We don't.
but people don't.
we
look
don't
at
carry
it.
a
Yeah.
weapon.
No, we don't. We don't.
You carry Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ryan-
carry.
Ryan's
I
the
carry
catch
a
dog,
rod.
yeah.
I carry a rod.
Ryan.
I just like get down there and catch him, son.
Ryan,
Catch him,
that much,
catch him,
yeah.
boy. Catch him,
Here,
boy.
here,
Talk
Ryan.
him into it, though.
Hey, now I'll tell you one thing. That joker, we was out there. We was out there at a place we got, and they had millet planted. And I was telling this story to Heath earlier, but we come out. It was raining. It had been pissing raining for about 4 hours, and we had 2 hours where it was scheduled not to rain. So I was like, let's go hunting.
Let's go on.
Well, we come out here and it was a big old millet field and they had millet baled up. And I said, man, that looks like a hog. I said,
It was just at daybreak.
Yeah, it was just at daybreak. The sun was starting to get up. I said, man, that looks like a hog. I said, that's got to be a millet bale. And we drove around this little.
I'll go over for the night before.
We drove around this little head. I said, man, that thing looks like a hog. And Ryan held his spotlight up and it looked like a millet bale. It was just like, it looked like a little half moon above a little ridge, and then it took 2 steps, and I was like, and them dogs just shot off to him, and they bait him up, and Ryan runs down there. He's like, hold the camera. Like, with this pouring rain. I got like my iPhone out, and it's just dumping rain. He runs out there with this lasso and like throws it.
Cowboy.
And this hog's like over here, and he throws the lasso.
You can watch the video on YouTube. I didn't get it.
Oh, he didn't miss it bad. He missed it by like 5 feet.
I ain't never seen it throw the lasso.
I've never had.
I've never done that. I've seen my buddies from
I
Tennessee.
can't throw a lasso.
Yeah.
I can't throw a lasso. I'll tell you the honest God
My
truth.
buddy Blaine and
I couldn't lasso.
Brewer, I've seen them do that old
I
cowboy
couldn't
stuff.
lasso his boot right there, but Ryan was right there. in
I ain't no
the
cowboy,
mix of
so
it.
yeah, I ain't no cowboy.
And Champ caught him, grabbed him by the ear. Ryan run up there and legged him. That hog like kicked out, and Ryan's like, "Oh shit!" And like,
Mama, forgive us now.
oh yeah. I mean, it was slick as piss. I mean, it was pouring rain. He grabs it up again, and we were so fired up. I mean, it was a good boar hog. He's down there in the pen somewhere, but we were so fired up. He's like, oh, we was so fired up. And of course, rather than going home, we hunted like 3 more hours and just got completely
right.
drenched and did not catch another hog the entire day.
That's what sucks, is because it's like you're like, yeah, we're rolling now.
Oh, man, when you
we're just gonna stay with it.
Yeah.
And then it's like
It-
somebody finally looks at each other. It's kind of like his podcast.
What
You
are
look
we
and you're like,
doing?
look,
What are we doing? Yeah. What are we
We
doing?
talked about the same thing for 10 times now.
Hey, and then night say you're like, hey man, if we catch a good one off the jump, we're going home. You never do it.
No.
Think about it. It's like this. You go to the bar with your friend.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go out.
All right, man, if we
drink
see
one
it-
beer, one
That's
beer.
it. We're
If we
One
see
beer.
this smoking hot girl, you know, like,
One beer, we go.
right off
Yeah.
the bat, you know, that never happens.
Yeah,
She
next
always
thing you know,
shows up at 1:30.
And it's 4 o'clock in the a.m. and we drunk as hell, you know.
That's right.
Sir.
But
So-
it's a good time. Either way, it's a good
It's
time.
always
I'm
gonna
just
be a
like
good
this
time.
hog hunting. It's a good
That's
time.
right.
We're here to learn. I mean, you know.
Everybody's got to do it. You got to capitalize on them, and that's the learning process.
It's like people are like, oh man, like, what would you ever consider writing a book? I said, I can't write a book about what I did right, but I can write a book about what I did wrong.
I've done that.
I can
I'm
write
in the middle of
volumes.
writing.
I
Sounds
can
like
tell
a video.
you, I can't tell
I'm in
you
the
what
middle
I've
of
done
writing right now.
right, but I can tell you what I've done wrong.
I've done everything wrong.
And I can
I'm
tell
good at
you,
it too now.
I can tell you what other people have done right, because the 2 greatest books that I've read as far as dog hunting is concerned is Ed Barnes' book, In Pursuit of Hog Dogs.
Yeah,
That's a great book.
It is.
And I don't agree
Taught
with
him
everything
I taught
that
him
Ed heard.
everything he knows.
I don't yeah. I don't agree with everything that Ed says. But I don't have to, because 95% of what he says is applicable to any geographical location
Yes.
that you hunt in. And the 5% that's not is up for debate. And it's not that I'm going to sit there and argue with him about it. It's just that we have differing opinions about that certain thing.
That's right.
And then the other one is Brave
Come on, Ryan, hop back in here.
by Steve Mathis. If you've never read that book, it's worth reading if you are any type of a dog person. Brave by Steve Mathis. It's about big cats. Big cat hunting.
I haven't read that.
He hunts jaguars, cougars, and it was back in 1930s, 40s when they didn't have any.
Wow.
Oh
He
yeah.
had that one dog sit there bait up so long it wore the pads off and sitting on the boulder.
He said
Holy shit.
2 weeks. You know
How long
how
ago
you
was
leave
that?
a dog in the woods. You leave a shirt out there, and he comes
Oh,
back.
yeah.
He left that dog for 2 weeks. He said he come back, and the dog didn't have no pads left on its feet. And the dog finally come back after like 27 days being out in the woods.
God almighty.
He said he went out.
That's some bottom.
He said he went out and hunted like 2 weeks after the dog come back, and he killed this mountain lion, and the mountain lion didn't have no pads left on its paws because it would come down and then it would try and run back
Well, then
up.
they said they go by. He went by the rock and it was just blood.
Yeah.
It was like blood splattered on the rock.
Yeah, from trying to
there.
climb back up and
That's
stuff.
wild
You
up
know,
there.
and
That shit you
them
don't hear-
cat
you don't hear
dogs,
that.
them cat dogs are just different, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, they
I mean, like you talk about them dry cat dogs, and people want to say whatever, but there is applicable information for any type of dog hunter when you look at them cat dogs.
Oh,
like
it
it's
is.
just you can learn something from any type of
And yeah.
dog hunting.
I mean, yeah, and we can go off the tangent on that. I know it's getting late. I know we got
Yeah.
stuff to do in tomorrow because it already is.
Yeah,
1
that's
o'clock
the
in
last
the
thing
morning.
to say. What you want to do? You want to cut it and make it just a 2-part deal? We cut it, pick it up a little bit tomorrow.
But-
make the 2-part deal after this.
I don't care. But I was gonna say real quick.
No, I'm
Here we
Real
go.
quick before I get, well, I'm gonna lose it tomorrow. I ain't,
No,
football
yeah,
done caught up to me. I mean, CT and stuff. All right, so listen, I would say the one thing that people need to get together is fox hunters, rabbit hunters, big game,
Any
deer
dog
hunters.
hunting.
If you dog hunting,
any.
they need to band together because there's so much separation in it,
It is.
and that just opens up the gap for people to move.
That's
in.
where the anti-hunters.
They can slip in and they can take out this group, and then they go, okay, we're gonna take out that group.
Yep.
And
We're gonna
it's
take out this
gonna
group,
happen.
we're gonna this group.
It's not gonna happen all at once.
It's happening already.
And-
Yeah,
Little
slow.
at a time.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Little
what.
at a time.
It's just a little bit of a power grab, a little bit of a power grab, a little bit of a power.
Just like the stuff they tried to do in
We-
the Georgia, the
we
little
talk-
thing the bill they just tried to pass. They didn't pass it, but they tried to pass it, and it was saying anything with a spine. That went back from any field trial to rabbit to bird dog to this.
Mm.
It said in the clause it said anything with a spine.
Well, I mean, it's just like
Cannot do.
we on Boars and Broads, like we talked to a bunch of those cat guys, and they're like, man, and they're in a lot more dire situation than we are because the western states typically are more liberal than the eastern
Yes.
states. So, you know, when you go to a place like Utah or Colorado or somewhere that's got these big cats or big bears or whatever, they're under a lot more pressure than we are, and so they're feeling it immediately. Whereas what we're going to feel from that is a trickle-down effect. Once they get that out of the way, then they're going to say, well, what's next? And then it's going to be hog hunting. Then it's going to be rabbit hunting. Then it's going to be deer dogging.
Bear hunting,
And
whatever.
everything that you do is going to be under attack shortly. And if you don't think it is, then just look at the history because it's going to happen. It's going to
It
happen.
ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah,
It's
a matter of when.
Over
And if
time,
we're
it's gonna
not
happen.
united as a front, and we're not united as a dog hunting community, I don't give a piss if you got a dog that bays turtles.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree.
I'm gonna defend that dog in whatever way I have to. I don't care what it does, but we have to be unified in our front, or else they're gonna get 10,000 people that don't know shit about dog hunting, and they're gonna
Brilliant.
beat you.
Yeah.
They're
That's
gonna
exactly
beat
right.
you if you're not.
Because we don't
united.
have the numbers.
Right.
Got the number or the money.
Because the problem is,
I'll fight
is
you, that's
that
court.
the
That's
only
exactly
reason
right.
that we don't have the numbers is because people don't talk about it.
Yep.
You know, like, man, I don't know anything about big cat hunting. I like the only thing I know is from reading book. I have never been big cat hunting, but I tell you, like, if they get that, then guess what's next? Hogs.
Yep.
Coons,
Guess what's next? Coons.
bears.
Guess what's next? Bears.
It's gonna trickle down all the way here
It's
down.
gonna go all the
Where
way
you
so
can't
like
have it.
quail and stuff like that.
Where
that
you
counts.
can't have
You're
a
not
dog
gonna
that-
have a dog that
Exactly.
goes out there and
It's gonna be
hunts.
a
You're
fur baby
not
on the
gonna be
pouch,
allowed
always
to do
600
that.
pounds.
Exactly.
Dies of diabetes at 6 years old.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, and that's the sad thing is because 90% of us already know this, and we're not.
Right.
I'm not gonna say we're not, but there's a lot of them that they don't want to be unified. They
Right.
want to stick to their own gun, and that's fine. You know, to each his own.
Right.
But we all of us are going to suffer.
Yeah, and hunters is general, and you know we bust on still hunters. Like we have a good time. Like we rag on thermal hunters and stuff like that. Like we have a good time. But hunters in general, you better be united because they're coming for everything.
But yeah, and if still hunters are hearing this and stuff like that, y'all miss a deer this year, don't call nobody with a dog to come find it.
Yeah,
That's right.
You want to keep your dogs off your property all year long?
yeah.
You better shoot better. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I got this new lease. It's 325 acres, and it's ate up with hogs. But absolutely no dog hunting is allowed. Like, come on now. Like, bring your boy out there with the little 4x8 box strap, and he's gonna catch 6 shoats, and you're gonna pay him $1,000, and I'll come out there and I'll catch the boar that's breeding all these sows.
That's right.
Yeah.
With my dogs for free.
Hey, shout out to Pig Brig though.
For free.
I got
Shout
one.
out to Pig Brig.
I got one of your traps. Love it. Thanks for.
Do shout out to
That's
Pig
what
Brig.
we're fixing to order one.
Yeah, they hooked
Pig
us up,
Brig's
man. They
legit
donated
now.
a trap to
Hey,
the Tulsa Hunt.
we-
They give off. They
Hell
donated
yeah.
$2,500.
$2,500 trap they donated.
That's awesome right there.
Pig Brig.
Awesome people.
That's what I've been looking at. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
awesome.
know,
I have one. It's
I already have cell cameras.
That's where Carter got them 17 pigs out of the
I'll
trap.
I'll tell you legitimately, we 17 hogs we pulled out of a pig brig.
Tied 'em up.
17 at one time.
Pretty stout.
That's decent.
Yeah.
You know, when you can pull
Especially
17
when you
out of
can't
a
trap
trap.
worth the shit.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything
'Cause
about
I'm not.
This is King Trapper right
Yeah,
here.
we'll get 'em. I mean, because you get people like I said, they'll want the hogs gone.
Oh yeah.
They'll pay you.
They
Oh, yeah.
want the hogs
Like,
gone.
I
and they
mean,
got
we do all of it.
125
I've got
acres.
thermal.
Yeah.
I've got traps. I mean, we do a little bit of all of it, but
Oh, yeah.
majority we dog hunt.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on 15 acres, and I can run dog.
Well, and that's the thing.
Hits over
You
there and
gotta-
be past
you
the
gotta-
line.
You gotta apply what you can to each scenario.
Right. And you know, you go over there and you say, well, I'll
Like I
bring-
said, we rag on them. We give
Oh,
other
yeah, I'll
people help,
bust
but
them
it's
up.
all in fun.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
honestly, it's
yeah,
all we're just.
I ain't got. I mean, if I pulled over on the side of the road and this guy pulls out a thermal rifle and says, "Look at this rifle, I got a flat tire," I'm gonna help him change his tire.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you know, and people are like, "Oh, well, these guys got dogs," like blah blah blah. They ain't
Yeah,
gonna-
we're not gonna do shit.
yeah,
We ain't helping your ass.
It ain't. It's not. That's not what it's about. It's about being united as an entire front. Like, because if you don't think it's gonna affect you, eventually it's gonna affect you.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, like if you don't think it's gonna affect you, just get on TikTok.
Yeah.
That stupid app.
They're gonna shut you down.
It don't matter.
The TikTok king.
I am
TikTok guy.
the TikTok.
The
king.
TikTok king.
And, but if you don't think it's gonna affect you, just get on that app. Just get on that app, and when you see a hunting video, go to the comments. And
Oh
if-
yeah.
It's not even that. It's not even TikTok,
You're
man.
right, though. Yeah, everybody
It's,
thinks-
It can be
it's
you-
every platform.
Think about it.
too,
You,
really.
you guys are on Spotify. I don't know what other big platform. I like
Yeah.
Spotify. I
Oh,
listen to
man, it could be
it. But
anything, man.
But you can get on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. If we didn't have Instagram, nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
If they don't have YouTube, nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
They take I don't know, but they take that away.
Mhm.
Then how you gonna unite people?
Oh,
You
exactly.
go back to what? Nobody reads the newspaper no more.
You have to.
How
have
you
to-
gonna?
exactly like finding out about these field trials?
Yeah.
Imagine when these first started, back in the mid '90s, early '90s.
Right.
You gotta
I mean,
take a lot.
Yeah. Well, you had to get a full cry magazine
Yeah.
and see it in a very little
just
bitty
subscribe to
spot in the
Tuskers.
corner, or
That's it.
Tuskers or Bait
Shout out
Solid
Ed
magazines.
Barnes and
All
Tuskers
these stuff,
magazine.
and that was the way, word of mouth,
But that's
through hunters.
But that's what I'm saying. They can cripple you if they wanted to. The social media industry is so big now, but if they wanted to, they can cripple you. They can censor everything. I mean, they censor Donald Trump and all the jazz,
Oh, yeah.
blah blah blah. And if they wanted to shut
they can
you
do
down,
that.
they can.
Hey,
legit-
here's what we need to do, boys.
if we start our own social media thing. But if you look at U Hunt, South of U Hunt,
Coming-
they got a good one.
Yes.
It's Australia. It's all Australian, but it's a
U-Hunt-
Facebook for Australia, but just
You
strictly
want-
hunting.
Are y'all on that?
No.
It's pretty
all right.
neat. There's some Americans.
So
on it, but
it's
The one guy with the one like
It's-
long-legged, shag-looking dog.
yeah, it's like a Facebook, but it's just hog. I mean,
okay.
there's hog hunting on it.
So
It's legit.
the U Hunt app, and this is a shameless plug for U Hunt because I love it. I watch it every night before I go to bed.
Yeah. No, they got some cool videos.
The U Hunt app
It's worth the money.
is
It's like 20 bucks.
the best app to watch hog dogging footage
Hands down.
there is.
Hands down. It's not censored.
It's
Nothing like that.
it's $7 a month,
yeah, something like that.
and it's just called U Hunt. I think they're
It's like
U
having
Hunt
a
Bristle,
Facebook and Netflix of hog hunting.
but
shit.
there's 40-minute videos of nothing but hunting
And there's hundreds of
with
episodes.
dogs, and there's hundreds of them, and it's all dog hunting, and they all run different type of dogs. Some run straight bay dogs, some run straight catch, but it is the best app for hog dogging that there is out right now.
And if you can get, if you can get all the
So,
Americans on
shout
it,
out
they
to
could- they
our
could be- it's your next
Australian
app.
brothers
Yeah, they
with
just
the
over
U
there.
Hunt. Yeah, I've uploaded a couple videos and I've gotten nothing but positive feedback on
Oh, shit.
that app. It's
Well,
legit.
we're definitely gonna get on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but you
I
can
think
post all the videos on there
it's like
and stuff like
Netflix. It's like $7 a month, but you can watch unlimited hog dogging videos.
They got fishing and all kinds of
It-
stuff.
I
all
mean,
kinds
they
of
got-
stuff they got
it's-
going on in
it's
Australia.
legit.
They catch
They-
kangaroos and stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hell yeah, that'd be pretty
It's
wild
legit.
there.
It's legit.
Yeah, I would.
All right,
I would
well-
check it out for sure.
Yeah, hey, look, folks, we've been here for how long? A
Like
long
4
while.
hours probably.
We've been here a long time tonight.
It's 1 o'clock in the
talking.
morning.
This has been like, we knew we was gonna have a good episode, but it's just like it. I mean, it just won't stop, and it's awesome because like I mean, it's hard sometimes to get guys on here to really open up and just to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just to talk about all the things that everybody else is already going through, and the things that we do and the things we deal with. So I want to really thank you guys for coming on here. I mean, y'all hear them hounds over there hammering down, going by us right now. So
They're here and they're ready.
About 7
that's
hours
right.
they'll be getting out
So
in there.
we're here at Hickory Crossings. You know, they have several bays a year, or a couple anyway. Y'all, social media, get on there, check out the Hickory Crossings page on Facebook. You know, see if you can't find some dates. Check out hogbaying.com, Uncle Earl's, El Perro Loco, all these folks, Boars N Broads. These guys right here, they have really put on a good show tonight, and I didn't even really get to interrupt that much or talk too much shit. So it's been great, and I really want to thank you guys for coming on here.
We really
We
appreciate
had
it.
our other my co-host Heath Calicott. That's one of my Alabama boys. He come in
Yes,
here.
sir.
You know, it's great to have woods guys and hunters, and that's what all of us are. And we're here at a bay pen. Imagine that, watching dogs bark at hogs for 2 minutes. But
First time ever over here.
exactly.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're gonna come put our money where our mouth is. We're having a good time. We're gonna have a better time tomorrow, and it's just gonna keep rolling. So, you know, we hate to cut it off. We're probably gonna go ahead and run this into 2 episodes maybe. So
Sounds good.
Hey, and before we go,
yes.
big, humongous shout out to Dixie Doggers.
That's right.
Oh Lord have
If
mercy.
you don't listen to Dixie Doggers, you ain't in the hog dog game. You ain't. You don't like. You don't like catching hogs if you ain't listening to Dixie Doggers.
There you
And
go.
Hog Dog Nation, these guys,
That's right.
they invest a ton of time into this.
Yeah.
They invest a
There's
lot
the
of
whole
time.
reason that we do this shit, man.
They invest a ton of time, and we appreciate them.
Thank you.
We appreciate them, and that's why we're doing this kind of thing, because we want everybody to be united on this same front that we are. And all you got to do is click that subscribe button, that like button, and all you got to do is come out here and put your money where your mouth is.
That's right.
Dixie Doggers, baby.
There we go.
That being said, right here, look. She's taking first place tomorrow, boys. Mama word.
All right, folks, we out, man. We appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. We'll have another one.
That's right. Let's see.